Hey, Ronbo, but you need to drag that out, man, because you're late. It's becoming my thing, isn't it? It's called BP time, okay? Look that up. Uh, 49ers immune to superstition. They better be. 49ers won't fall prey to Super Bowl hangovers, fam. It's not happening. Yeah, I mean, and by the way, didn't the Patriots come back after losing to the was that the Eagles that year? And they came back the following year. Come on, that's it. It's all a myth, urban legend. Fam, that Aiyuk deal is not looking pretty. It really isn't. Big Show has been trying to tell me and you and everybody else to forget about it. He ain't coming, but well, he has got to come. Well, let's elaborate on that, all right? Because, but meanwhile, the Niners aren't burning any sage, waving it around and chanting, worried about fears of the mythical lingering effects of losing a Super Bowl. Fam, some even believe the team may be even more potent in the upcoming 2024 season, okay? 49ers landed at number 1 in PFF's 2024 NFL roster rankings thanks to their arsenal of offensive weapons, of which we have been proud of for the last 2 years. We just failed. I don't know how. I still don't know how we failed to win that Super Bowl. This may go. I'll never forget this. I'm scarred. I don't understand how you guys lost that game. But anyway, and Brandon. The Niners' annual wait until summer to renew big cash contract is a bit more worrisome this season. Are you feeling it? Than previous years under Lynch and Shanahan for a number of big reasons that you just cannot deny or overlook. Tonight to the phones, we're going to go to discuss why the Super Bowl hangover should be ignored by 49ers and the Niner faithful. Also, how confident are you really about Aiyuk's contract renewal? Look at the base of the screen, you'll see the phone number, and the PIN number should be right behind that. And if also in the instructions, we got everything laid out there for you to get on there and call. And tell us how you feel about the topic today. The Niners climb back. The Super Bowl carries a backpack of frustration due to so many things. Making it back to the NFL's championship game, it is notoriously difficult the season after losing it by an uncalled for 25-22. All he had to do, Ray, is secure the ball. That's the number one priority here. Just get the ball. You don't need to pick it up and start running. Just get down on the ball, Ray. Why did you give back the ball at that 10-59 line? Anyway, making it back to the NFL's championship game is going to be rough, fam. It's notoriously difficult. Some of us are writing off the 49ers since they're coming off a fourth crushing season-ending defeat in 5 years, right? See, that's my whole thing right there. It's been 49ers, you can't do this every year for like a decade and still look fresh and chipper out there. I mean, we got people coming off of core muscle operations and things like that in the offseason, trying to heal their body up. And then you've already went through a long season. You got to come right back out there and get busy. I'm glad they didn't go to OTAs. I'm glad they didn't participate. A lot of us are suffering from battle fatigue and fears of getting our feelings hurt again. That wall a person generally puts up. When you've been jilted in love affairs, not love affairs, but love romances, you don't trust people anymore because they're just not going to be careful with your feelings. They're going to step all over you. So you got your little facade up so you don't want to be hurt. It's getting like that, huh? I really don't know what to expect this year. I'm telling you the truth, fam, just because between you and I, because I like to keep it 100 with you as much as I can. I put on the axe every now and then, but I'm telling you the truth, fam. I'm worried about next year. I know they can beat people up, but when it comes to the time to cash in, are they going to do it? The trust. Worry. But PFF is still holding San Francisco in very high regard. Your Niners, our Niners, landed at number 1 in PFF's 2024 NFL roster rankings thanks to that arsenal of offensive weapons that features Brandon Aiyuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey. And there may be some surprises on the way. They forgot to mention Juwan Jennings and the role he plays. There's just all kind of guys out there that get it done on offense. Last season, the Niners rolled out with one of the best offenses in football despite Brock Purdy having offseason elbow surgery and doing, first full season as a starter without any kind of real offseason program. Fam, that was a miracle season to begin with, if it just could have ended correctly. As that same unit projects to be very good again in 2024, and for all those reasons I just stated why it was an issue this year, more experience, more anger. I hope it's anger, because if you pin up that anger, it'll motivate you. I mean, especially Brock. Brock said, man, last year I didn't get a chance to work in the offseason like I wanted to. My arm is all I could think about, and I finally got it to work. But a key weakness highlighted by PFF, and one highlighted by anyone who follows the Niners even a little bit, is that pass protection. Of course, we've been talking about it for how many years? And some people accuse the 49ers of not even caring about that offensive line. I don't know if that's true, but two breakdowns in that area played pivotal roles in the Super Bowl loss to the Chiefs, both times actually. And there weren't any major moves made to help their offseason line in the offseason, according to PFF. But Niners did use a day 2 pick on offensive lineman Dominic Puni in this year's draft, though. PFF identified Puni as a rookie to watch because of how he might be able to shore up that glaring weakness. But he's only one guy. I hope there's more than one guy in that group. I want to see a surprise, but you never. Fam, when's the last time you saw a surprise offensive lineman, especially a rookie? They came in and you said, damn, he's going to get it done. I just don't recall any days like that. Per PFF quote, third round pick Dominic Puni is a versatile lineman who was a fine pass protector at guard and tackle for Kansas over the last 2 seasons. Puni finished 2023 with an elite 90.4 pass blocking grade. He certainly won't play left tackle with Trent Williams still in tow, but he could help elsewhere early in his career. McKivitz, you're on notice, buddy. I mean, you better, boy, Puni, we'll put him there if we have to, even if he ain't fit for tackle. Because apparently you ain't either, all right? Get it together. Come on, McKivitz. 49ers will enter 2024 with virtually every piece of Super Bowl roster returning. It's part of why they sit with a preseason win total 11.5, and it's also why PFF has him going over that number. If we don't win 11 games this year, I am going to be a little concerned. I'm going to be really concerned because that means there's people out there that could beat us. That's too many people. When you get 12 and 13 wins, that means there's not a lot of people out there that can deal with you. That's what I want to see. Despite the Super Bowl loss, the 49ers are arguably the most talented team in the NFL. And we said that last year, and we knew it, and everybody in the league knew it. From top to bottom, 49ers could not be beat. This is why I always give Lynch and Shanahan a lot of credit for building that roster, I mean, I know people, you can build a roster, but you can't drive the damn car. Well, that's neither here nor there. I need a guy, people who know how to build a team and put it together. And of course, we lost some people to other teams because of the fact that they were also instrumental in building that team and making it the tough thing it is. They're loaded with playmakers on offense who provide the perfect environment for Brock Purdy to succeed. They consistently boast a top 5 defense. What is the problem, Niners? What happened in the Super Bowl? Patrick Mahomes has twice been that obstacle in the quest for Lombardi. Twice. What is he like? Lex Luthor for Superman? It's just really... There are no such hurdles, however, in their consistent regular season success at 49ers, because that's why people like Rudy, regular season champions. Shut up, Rudy. 12 wins in expectation for this team. If the 49ers can manage to turn out 12 wins against a daunting schedule, a year after losing the Super Bowl, it would be their most impressive season since Shanahan arrived as head coach, and they'd be right back in contention to try and do the nearly impossible to win a Super Bowl the year after losing one. Again, unfrightening quote. God dang it. I said, are you scared? I'm telling you the truth, I know butterflies are going to start as soon. We're coming down the stretch. 49ers have lost 2 games this season, and with this schedule, you can figure the 49ers are driving on emotion each and every week. They're not taking it one at a time. They're looking at the big picture, and anybody gets in the way of that machine coming down the road will be steamrolled. I want the 49ers to have that mindset. But then there's BA. BA, BA, BA. Fam, insider Michael Silver joined Bay Area radio station KBR this week and shared what he's heard regarding the type of numbers the 49ers have been offering Aiyuk. And we probably already suspected as much because the idiots waited till everybody else got paid. Now Aiyuk looks at the numbers like, man, that ain't, come on, man. Niners, why? Can't you come up with a better way to do this? Silver said, quote, I'm hearing maybe their offer is in the $26 million range, which, it's certainly not Justin Jefferson money, nor should it be. But it's closer to the Devontae Smith, Amon-Ross St. Brown, that next tier down, unquote. Agree or disagree? If BA doesn't want to accept the offer, he could continue to hold out, risk further fines, and lose out on accruing a year facing the same dilemma next offseason. Did you notice how they made a notice that they're not even considering waiving any Brandon Aiyuk fees? He will pay, according to the NFLPA agreement, for being absent. You got to make roll call, BA. You know what? I bet you somebody probably told you, don't go out there playing a badass and acting like, man, y'all need me, man. Like, you really do need me. I ain't coming to practice. I ain't working out till you. It doesn't work like that, man. It's just. Alternatively, he could play out his fifth-year option at salary of $14,124,000. The Niners hold all the advantages, though, fam. They do. Now, we don't have any vindictive people like Trent Baalke or anybody sitting in the front room, but, man, because the Niners can still use a franchise tag on him next year. BA's got to know that. I hope his agent is smart enough to be able to tell him all the caveats involved in being hard, because this could end up costing him a lot of money. Walk by BA on Market Street panhandling or something at some point. Because here's a question for this evening's discussion, fam. How do the Niners view Aiyuk and his value to the roster? How do you view his value? All right. Silver went on to share, quote, they, I think, believe that he's a really good player who they've developed and they would like to have. And they think he's one of the better receivers in the league. Kind of on that next tier, obviously. Nowhere near, in my opinion, Justin Jefferson or maybe the other guys you talk about on that very top tier. But they think he's really good and really good right now, unquote. Silver believes the Niners value Aiyuk somewhere around the $26 or $30 million range, but certainly not above those figures. Agree or disagree? I wholeheartedly do. Come on, Brandon, man. You play a role on a team that's a machine, basically a bunch of parts that work to destroy. You're not Justin Jefferson. You're not carrying the offense. Still, it isn't easy to approach the higher end of that range, knowing that you have to plan for the future to begin with. Silver continued, quote, so I think that's how the 49ers value him, but if I were Aiyuk's agent, I'd say, well, you value him more than that because you didn't want to trade him unless you got a first-round draft pick, at least. So if you think he's worth a one, then you think he's one of these guys. So, yeah, pay him at least what Jalen Wall and St. Brown are getting, if not more, because you're telling us that that's how you value him. Hey, agree or disagree? That's a friggin' solid point. Agent comes to the 49ers like that. That is solid. That is rock solid. You wanted a first-round pick for him? You didn't get it. Pay him accordingly then. Silver did continue, and the Niners, I think, would rebut that by going, yo, we love him, but, hey, nobody came up and tried to trade for him and pay for him, and we have this fifth-year option. We have franchise tags, so your leverage is not what it would be if you were just free on the open market, unquote, stalemate. See, this is what happens in these kind of arguments and exchanges. You make a grand point, come back and counter with a grand point. Now that void just starts opening up wide. Egos get involved. 49ers sit pat because they're running a business. BA is standing on principle. Hell, I'm Brandon damned Aiyuk. If it wasn't for me, y'all wouldn't have got to the Super Bowl last year to begin with. It's the way these, as every wide receiver's got a little diva in him, even the ones that don't show it. If Aiyuk does sign a contract extension like many, Silver believes that would be telling Deebo Samuel's future. Here's where Steven gets delighted, especially after the 49ers drafted Ricky Pearsall, the number 131 overall pick. Silver states the obvious. Then that means Aiyuk is staying at a high number. Ricky Pearsall has been drafted and is the future, and they're not going to pay Deebo next along with that. So we know that he's on a farewell tour, which is dicey because, again, targets are going to be impacted. They are, too. We're not. We're going to work. We're going to see what it looks like without Deebo more than with Deebo. So Shanahan is going to try to disguise that he's being favored out there. And Ricky Pearsall's in the game, and Deebo's thinking, why is he in the game? And why am I back here on the bench? Deebo's not going to love it, fam, and he needs to have production for his next contract with a different team. Agree or disagree? Frightening, isn't it? Fam, there's that big bucket of red and gold water. It's pure as can be. As Rams, Rudy, and Gene D stand over the top of the barrel with one drop of oil each. That's all it takes to destroy that nice, clear water. If Deebo comes out there and there's raging going on in the field, it's going to go into the locker room. Words, exchanges are going to take place. That harmony that's been in that locker room will now be hurt. How will that affect the team overall? The maturity level in the locker room is probably such that it might endure it, but I don't want it. It can't be good. It's a dilemma, fam. What are we about to deal with this season? Now, I never entertain real fears about these kind of things, but we don't need dramas and soap operas. Because, come on, the window's not going to be open forever for childish things to happen. 49ers, it's your fault, too, you're the one who's created this situation. If you'd have paid him early up, damn it. These things could have been down to Tennessee and see what the Dragon Master, Papa Dragon. Bob, talk to me, man.
Hey, Ronbo. What's up, man?
It's getting rough up in there,
How are you tonight?
You concerned?
Oh, it's not. Don't be concerned.
Being a 49er fan means you're automatically concerned, It's just a crazy thing. But go ahead.
And you are the ultimate 49er fan. You and Chill Pill Phil.
Yeah. Sleep.
You're the kind of fans that Jet York likes because he's already convinced you that, hey, you know what? We'll be successful even if we lose the NFC Championship game, which is what my prediction is this year. They're going to lose the NFC Championship game.
I'm ready for it.
That's my prediction.
I'm not going to be hurt at all. I'm telling you right now.
They're going to be dominant. They're going to be dominant. They're going to get there. It's going to be a matchup problem. And as always, one serious thing's going to happen. And coach won't adjust. Shanahan won't adjust. Here's why Shanahan is a bigger problem than people like to admit. He's a bigger problem because he's the head coach.
Detroit versus everybody.
And he is the offensive coordinator. And Detroit eats everybody. And he's also a pseudo defensive coordinator.
Yeah, actually.
He's also the quarterback. He's also the quarterback. What I mean by that, he doesn't allow his quarterback to make changes at the line of scrimmage. He doesn't like him to make fine adjustments. He'll give him 2 plays. You can pick one or the other, just how he rolls. So technically, the quarterback doesn't really audible. Doesn't make adjustments. The center is supposed to make the offensive adjustments. The problem with that is that the center can't see past. Really, he can't see, he doesn't have the same vision that the quarterback does. As far as where the safeties are, where the quarterbacks are coming in at, that kind of thing. And his salvation is to, in essence, lead better and do less and let other people do their jobs. If he could pull that off, then yeah, I think he does have a chance. But that means he's going to have to rely on Brock Purdy to make decisions at the line of scrimmage. He's going to have to trust his team to run a hurry-up offense if he feels that the personnel grouping can be taken advantage of. Sometimes that happens when the defense switches something out, and all of a sudden maybe they got somebody in there wrong, or there was an injury or something. You just run a hurry-up to take advantage of the personnel.
And those things happen really quickly. So Shanahan, and Shanahan doesn't have time to adjust on the sideline because they've already turned his mic off. So you're right. That's a dead end.
Yeah. So it's a big disadvantage for the 49ers to not be able to make adjustments on the field during the game because Shanahan doesn't allow it. So yeah, I'm not sitting here saying, okay, fire Shanahan. I've never said that. I've never once said that. I did say trade him. I would still trade him because the NFL is a very finicky group of billionaires, and quite a few of them look at Shanahan very favorably. And if someone is foolish enough to give 3 first-round picks for him, I would move him in a heartbeat. But you got to have a good leader in place that's willing to keep the offense in place. I think defenses should be fluid. And other than that, the key player this year, in my opinion, this year, who could make the biggest change, both offense and defense, is Leonard Floyd. Right now, Leonard Floyd has been beating McKivitz like a Cherokee drunk on the one-on-ones. He can't block him.
Oh, that news is already out, isn't it? God.
I need McKivitz to be benched before the season starts.
You and me both.
And Floyd can make that happen. So not only can he help improve the defense on his side of the field, but he can also improve the offensive line by finally convincing Kyle
that McKivitz is not going to get it done.
McKivitz doesn't belong on an NFL roster. Sorry. That's just how I see it. I think he's probably third stringer at best, and he's starting. If you got somebody that's better, that can keep Brock clean, that's what you got to go with. And hopefully he wakes up, puts him on, and makes the adjustment he needs to make on that offensive line. Because they got the bodies in the house to do this if he's willing to trust players, despite the fact that they have the inexperience and stuff like that. Like, I would rather live with a Pooney at right tackle, for example, making mistakes for the first 6-7 weeks of the season, and then rounding into shape during the second half of the season, getting his feet up under him, playing like a pro. He's got his stuff together, and going to the playoffs with him. Than I would, because I already know what the floor is on McKivitz and I know what the ceiling is, and those are both those things are real close to each other, and it's not good. Right? We also got Brendel with a bad knee. They're calling it tendonitis. Call it whatever you want. I have a bad toe. I have a bad elbow. Okay. Trust
and I'm
me,
not that
that
good.
Kind of stuff don't go. Right.
God.
So, in my opinion, I think ultimately, all of this stuff to me is completely doable, and I think that Kyle has the mental makeup to do it. I mean, last year they went with Moody. Now, granted, Moody made a mistake in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
But several people made mistakes in the Super Bowl. It had nothing to do with Kyle Shanahan, right? Mumble, the punt, McCaffrey fumble, the right guard, right, is Dave Burford, misses a block. And honestly, if you want to look at all the blocking schemes, you could easily look at, they made probably 10 mistakes in that particular game. This was on the blocking side of things. They just could not block their blitzes. And that stuff started, it didn't start in Super Bowl.
No.
It started when they played Baltimore.
Weeks.
It started when they played Baltimore.
Before that, Purdy was escaping. He was like Houdini out there. This is why we can't have that this year, because teams are ready for Brock Purdy a little more than they were last year. Family, Pop, awesome stuff. We got to stop though. I'll be looking for you on Sunday. Wouldn't have a Sunday without you, Pop, and you know this. Bring me some more. Love it. We love it.
No, man, absolutely, man. Like I said, I'm all for just talking 49ers, and like I said, hoping they get over the hump because it'd be a great story if they can pull it off.
Oh.
Like I said, I have to see it to believe it. Brock Purdy has shown me. I believe it. I still don't think he's elite. I think that takes time. I think when he's got 3 or 4 years under his belt and some Pro Bowls, then you can't deny it. You don't just call someone elite to call them elite. You just sit there and wait for it to happen, and it won't happen.
And nobody comes into the game as elite. Even CJ over at Houston, give him a couple of years now. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
That takes time to be able to get that title. It's serious. All right.
Yeah, the elite happens. It's like an enlightenment. All of a sudden they'll start glowing on the field. And okay, they've arrived. It'll happen.
Yeah.
So
hopefully
we'll see what happens. But yeah, the key to this season to me is Floyd and Kyle Shanahan. Those are the two guys.
There you go. I love the way you made that connect. All right, fam. I'll see you Sunday. Give my best to the Dragon Clans. Right, bam, boom, Mrs. Dragon. All right, fam.
I will, man. Best to you too, man. All right.
Thanks, Pop. Yeah, outstanding points for sure. I just want to have to stop looking at these reasons why we come so close. You do all that just to go and lose the big one. It's just, Aaron, Jalen. Hi, Jalen. I didn't know Nikita's boyfriend's in here tonight to help. Guys, let me issue that warning right now, by the way. Nikita and anybody with a female name, if I catch any of you trolls going after them, any jokes or anything derogatory that refers to gender, you will be given the iron boot. Okay? Just let you know in advance. Don't do it. All right? You can talk football with them, anything else, but you will not go there. All right? Hey, yo, Aaron.
Ronbo.
Aaron, Super Bowl hangovers, not for us. I don't think so. It's a joke. It's for teams that usually lose all their players from the Super Bowl prior to the year before, the ones that are cap-strapped. The example is the Los Angeles Rams. They didn't lose. They won, and they still look like doo-doo the next year. And Brandon Aiyuk, is Big Show starting to make you believe that he may be on to something? How do we keep... Okay, go ahead. Aaron, go ahead.
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of like Papa Dragon's point about Leonard Floyd, that he could be a key factor for us to win the Super Bowl.
To expose McKivitz, Colton's. He's putting Colton in a fits in workouts, and they haven't even got started yet. Wait till the pads get on. It's going to get really ugly then. But go ahead.
But yeah, Colton McKivitz, he is not a starting NFL tackle, and so if I'm Shanahan, I would put Pooney at right tackle for week 1. Let him, let him, get his reps, and by week 7 or 8, I think he'll be better by then. So that's my advice to Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, he's McKivitz is not going to get. He's not going to get any better, is he?
I know last year was his first start at right tackle, but we'll see how he does this year. So,
yeah. But we got to hold our breath on every snap, and I don't really feel like going through that all the day because I want to watch the entire field, and I can see now somebody watching that right side. Oh, come on, Colton. Oh, Jesus, Colton. He's not as bad. You know what's so funny though? He's not as bad as McGlinchey. You know how bad we talked about McGlinchey every week? There's 2 or 3 instances, always every game, when McGlinchey was getting knocked down by guys half his size and feet flying up in the air. He got hit so hard. So, and by the way, Red Eye, if you don't like
Yeah,
the policy, you can get the hell out now. You're annoying anyway. So if you don't like it, leave. And I'll tell you what, I'd love it. I go in there.
but yeah, m- I think McGlinchey was a better run blocker than a pass protector.
No. Hey, Mike was one of the best in the league at run blocking. No doubt about it. Uh, that's numbers say it. One of the best road graders in the game.
But yeah, about the Brandon Aiyuk contract situation. You know what, Ronbo? This situation is not the same situation with Nick Bosa's contract last year.
I know. I'm not
Because I
feeling
think
that either. Yeah, I agree. This ain't.
I
This
kind
is
of feel,
special.
yeah, I kind of feel like it's similar to the Forrest Buckner situation. Kind
Yeah,
of.
that's. We're on the same page. I agree.
Because I bet Brandon Aiyuk is. I bet you Brandon Aiyuk is asking for like $30 million
At
a
least
year.
he wants to come somewhere between the highest number and I'm on. The other Waddle. I'm on Saint. What is it? Saint Brown. He's gonna feel cheated if he's not. But you know what, Aaron? You tell him, okay, well, you know what? How much you think you can get from another team? If we trade you, you still have to negotiate your contract with whomever you go to. We can sign and trade you before if we can get that agreement. But if we can't, Brandon, we're in a situation here we can't afford to pay you monies that you're talking about. And you can't tell him that, and we don't think you're on the same level as Justin Jefferson. Brandon's got to know that, though. He's got to know that.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, this is a strange situation.
If you had to bet right now on how, by the time September comes, where's Brandon Aiyuk going to be with the 49ers? Is it going to be, Brandon, listen, we're just not going to be able to come up with that funding. We're not going to be able to come up with any answer on this contract. You're going to have to get out there now. We're going to have to work for week one. What you say? See?
Yeah, that could be a possibility. Because, I mean, who knows? Who knows? The 49ers may not want to pay $30+ million a year, so.
You know, Aaron, they might be feverishly working to get rid of Debo. You know how the 49ers do these little covert operations and we don't find out about it until, boom, suddenly? Debo could be. The Steelers run around and talk about, no, we're confident we're going to be able to sign or we're going to be able to trade for Brandon Aiyuk. Well, I always laugh because I said that's reporters going silly. They may not be joking. If the 49ers are talking to Pittsburgh more than they're talking to Brandon, that could be what happens. Because I think they believe in Ricky Pearsall. Kyle loves him. I've seen some notes talking about how Kyle loves to watch Brandon Aiyuk and Ricky Pearsall work. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about Ricky Pearsall at minicamp. So.
And Kyle loves him. You know what? We're gonna find out when they get back. Put the pads on. There's gonna be some decisions made. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go. I'll see you Sunday. All right, Aaron?
All right, Ronbo. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Same here, fan. Appreciate you. Always do. All right, Aaron. Have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. All right.
All right, fam. You too.
Thanks. Well, oh, it's a big show. Ooh, oh, it's a big show on tonight. As he steps not under the turnbuckle, but Big Show steps over the top because he got that size. wait, you gotta do it. Big Show, you gotta come and do that thing. Ah! With the hand. I missed the Big Show. Hey, Show.
Oh, can you imagine being slapped by him? Oh my God.
God, that hand, you could kill a man with that kind of slap. But Show, I've been thinking
No
about,
kidding.
I like to just argue with you about certain things like that. And, Show, I'm starting to realize
Because we're like two brothers in the back seat of the car. And
oh yeah, we got to carry on until Dad says, "Look, if you guys can't knock, I will pull this car over and I will turn this thing around."
or I will ship you off to military school.
Damn, really?
That's what I
years
was.
old.
That's what I was. That's what I was threatened with whenever I argued with my brother in the backseat of the car.
Did you know what military school was about? I did.
We shut up right away. So.
God, I did.
So,
well, from movies, military school must have been really serious, though. But Show,
yeah, back then.
Brandon Aiyuk has got to. Even he's starting to feel a little pessimistic about this whole thing. He thought he had
well,
it made
of course,
in the beginning.
because he's not getting the money he wants, and he's not going to. And I think it's going to be on another team that's going to be willing to pay for his services, because Kyle Shanahan can run an offense with three Q-tips and a jar of mayonnaise. They don't need Brandon Aiyuk.
I love the analogy. I know, right? Because wherever the weakness is, he'll go the other direction. It's like,
this is just typical pouting behavior of a diva not getting his way and is trying to get his way out of here because clearly he's not happy with where the contract situation is, and I think they're going to grant him his wish. I don't know when, but it's really, honestly, it is really looking like the DeForest Buckner situation all over again, because DeForest Buckner was looking for a certain price, and the 49ers were not willing to budge or move on their price they had in mind, and they were glad to trade him away for the first-round pick and got number 13 overall.
And that didn't work out.
Draft year.
Yep.
Nope.
Man.
So in exchange, if I were the 49ers, if I would be looking for a second and third round pick and a tight end.
Yeah.
Because Logan Thomas I'm sorry, he's been riddled with injuries ever since he's been in the NFL. He's had injury issues with the Commanders, and
he's going to come in. And it's the second guy we've gotten from the
not
Commanders.
that impressive.
Yeah, he's going to come in and do a Jordan Reed probably. I figured as much.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the writing is on the wall. It's been on the wall since we drafted 2 receivers, extended Juwan Jennings, and now signed CMC to an extension, a lucrative extension, where he's going to be getting annually $19 million a season. And so that's going to be a lot of money tied up into 2 players already on offense should they extend Brandon Aiyuk, but they've got to be thinking about the future too. Like the cap space they have now is they're going to carry over into the next season. I think that's why they haven't moved any of the money around yet to find other players to fill holes with, and because they have a lot of guys on the free agency list that are going to potentially walk next year, and they got to be thinking about that. Diamador Lenore especially.
And then you have to weigh, is letting all those people leave worth keeping Brandon Aiyuk happy?
No.
They think that. I know they think that way. No doubt about that.
And we've never once used the franchise tag throughout Kyle and John's tenure here.
I know, right? That's
Never.
not going to happen. I agree.
No, and that's going to cost $25 million, I think, for the franchise tag.
Yeah. So they're not saving any money with the franchise tag.
No. And that's another year of Brandon Aiyuk being pissed off and pouting and not being happy. And do we want that? No, because it causes problems. It's a trickle-down effect. And it's just part of the business, man. Like I've been saying this ever since I've been calling in. Do not get attached to these players, and I've even learned myself not to buy current. I've even learned not to buy current players' jerseys because they always get traded.
Yeah, I did. I stopped too. I've got so many hanging
I'm
in the
not going to
closet.
waste money on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's bad luck. I
Yeah.
really think every one of us that goes out
Yeah.
and don't, hey, boy, Brock Purdy jerseys, please, people. God.
Thank
I
you.
mean, as soon as that happens, he's going to go right down the chute.
The other topic you had was the Super Bowl hangover. We could definitely feel the effects of the Super Bowl hangover this year because look what happened to us in 2020 right after 2019 when we went to the Super Bowl.
A pandemic. I mean, the whole world
And
collapsed around
also
us.
we dropped like flies. Our team did.
Yeah.
Our team's getting older. CMC just turned 28 today. Trent Williams is getting older. George Kittle's coming off an injury and getting older. Javarius Ward is coming off an injury and getting older. So we definitely can feel the effects of a Super Bowl hangover. I think we're going to make the playoffs this year, but
or Mother Nature. I mean, that's. I mean, this unit's been together for a long time.
Yeah, this unit's been together way too long, and that also has an effect on teams. Like, how's their morale? Like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they love each other to death as brothers, but I'm pretty sure they want to do other things. You know what I mean? Like, everyone runs their course wherever they are if they've been somewhere for a long time. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure some of those players feel like that, especially Aiyuk. He's been here for a while, and he's wanting money, and he knows the team's not going to move on their number that they have, and that's why he's looking for a contract.
He's not crazy about Kyle.
He's not going to get what he wants.
Yeah, I know.
He's not crazy about Kyle either. Yeah, there you go.
I really don't think he is. I mean, there's guys who tolerate Kyle. Jimmy G was one. Brandon's another one. Who else probably took some issue with Kyle on occasion? Dante Pettis definitely did.
He wanted to move. Who was the guy? Who was it? Tart wanted to move to a different position, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
Was it Tart or?
It might have been Tart.
He had an issue with Kyle.
Yeah, because Kyle, and also that running back that we got rid of, Matt Breida. Yeah, Breida. Because Kyle, his you can't even negotiate when he's mad at you. You're in the doghouse. You're not coming out until I think you should. Ah, man.
And let's be honest with ourselves. Brandon Aiyuk had a great year last year. Don't get me wrong, but he was only targeted 105 times and a run-first offense. And why would we pay over $30 million when he's not the focal point of this offense? He doesn't carry the team on his back. That's CMC. That's why we gave him this lucrative deal. And Brandon Aiyuk has drop issues a lot, and also he didn't really contribute to the Super Bowl at all, and that's a huge no-no. He didn't get open at all.
I just really wish.
And look at Brock Purdy. Look at Brock Purdy. What he said in his press conferences during this offseason. He said, "I'm confident in whoever to Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch bring in here to, whatever they should do with Brandon Aiyuk." You know what I mean? So he knows that Brock might not even be here. That's why we drafted 2 wide receivers.
And if it goes silent for the next 3 weeks while those guys are out, man, I'm telling you right now, that's really bad.
For the next month, if it goes silent, then nothing's going to get done.
Yeah.
Mayo said.
The reporters start lying.
He is in the know. He reads the room. He's there in the room, and he's in the know. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So, and he said it's not a foregone conclusion that the 49ers are going to extend Brandon Aiyuk this year.
So we got to stop. I'll tell you what. I'll see you Sunday. We'll be saying things.
Shout out to
believe this? You got signed Saturday night. No, it's not gonna.
Don't think that's gonna happen.
Not a chance. All right.
Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Frank. Bader, get back in here. We miss you. We need your voice
Bader's
back in here. And
Bader waits till the season. He doesn't go through this pain.
All right. Take care.
All right, Joe. You too. Come on in, Eric.
What's up, Ronbo?
Eric, man, worry. Eric, this is the thing. Eric, can you remember a few years ago when the Hawks were mentioned every year as Super Bowl candidates? Can you remember what you were feeling like? Did you have any concerns or worries? Did you think that the media went too far, putting you guys in a position where if you do fail, it's going to be embarrassing like the 49ers are right now, and having players on the disgruntled on the team always whining about, look, listen, my business is my family first and how I'm gonna go through this career. I'm not gonna play this team-friendly deal. I need my money. This is the thing you have to put up with when you have a winning team. I forgot what that was like. 49ers were so bad so long.
Yeah, that was kind of a couple, like, I mean, the situation that's going on right now is the same thing that was going on a couple of years ago. DK Metcalf
Oh, I forgot about him.
in Seattle.
It's time for him to get paid, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and and of course, it's always difficult, especially for these young guys, to realize, yes, you're great, but at the end of the day, it's not all about you. It's about all of your teammates as well.
Mm-hmm. Eric, that's why Tom Brady had the success he had. Brady was smart enough to have the wherewithal to realize, well, if I take all the money, I'm going to have no help out here. It's just going to be me and a few merry minimums. How am I going to win?
Yeah.
So tells the owner, and that's why that owner loves him so much. Tells him, listen, I'm going to take enough of a salary cut so we can afford some people to keep a legitimate team out here. So you guys can work with that, and let me see the figure you're thinking about. It'll work for me and what you need to make sure we stay strong. There's no such thing as a player like Tom Brady anymore. I've never heard of anybody else doing that. I hear about players restructuring their contract to help pay bills, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I tell you, I think, like, the first time that Russell became a free agent,
Go ahead, Eric.
the first time that Russell even became a free agent, my dad, I mean, we knew nothing about, like, what Russell Wilson was all about at the time. And we just thought we were going to be hunky-dory. We were going to be just fine because he had never shown that he would kind of take all the money, and then he took all the money.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had to worry about it because then there's no money left for protection.
Yeah, you guys always spent all the money on the defense and the offensive line, and we saw Russell Wilson get slammed to the dirt week after week, setting records in the 40s every year. Russell Wilson getting body slammed over 40 times back-to-back seasons. Russell Wilson's tough. He can take it, and he's mobile. So, yeah. So, you know what? He may have held a grudge about that, and that's why he took all the money.
His big problem was that he shouldn't have taken all the money. He should have done what Tom Brady did, and that was kind of put a lot of it on the side for the offensive line fellas.
Yeah.
Maybe
a lot of things going on.
Boys.
I agree. Brady had a lot of things going on, though. He didn't completely rely upon his salary from the NFL. Also, you're married to a model that makes more money than you do. So, it was easy for him to do, too. I don't know that he'd been like that, had things, in other words, he was able to put up TB12 and everything else. That was another big source of income for him. So, man, if you're a power couple, you can get away with that. A lot like CMC. I don't know how much his wife. She's active as a model, though. I think she's still. So we're going to find out CMC's going to be fine no matter what, though. So, yeah. These are things that, as we watch the game as fans, we don't realize what's going on behind those financial doors, right? We don't know who's running around sticking needles in the thing and making people uncomfortable. The players all accept the fact that it's business and they have to do what they have to do, and every player respects that. Nobody's mad at Aiyuk for asking for money. But at the end of the day, the 49ers have to make a decision. You have to have that conversation. You have to say, we got to weigh the pros and cons here. And Brandon, we're not giving you over $30 million. We were thinking somewhere between 26 and 30, 28. If you don't like that, I guess what we're going to do, I don't know. But I can't wait to see what DK Metcalf gets paid, though. That's a premier wide receiver. You know what? You could trade him and get a first-round pick. I'm sure of it.
Well, maybe, yeah.
I mean, there would be no hesitation. With a certain kind of quarterback, he could actually carry the team. Russell Wilson, remember how Russell Wilson made him mad? Remember DK would, in front of God and everybody, he'd get in Russ's face and tell him, I'm open, man. What you doing? Give me the ball. And Russ would smile and ask him to relax, and he's doing the best he can. Russell Wilson being humbled by DK Metcalf right on the field. We can see that, Russ. You're getting disrespected.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I tell you, there was a couple of times that, I just was not happy as a Seahawks fan. Like, when everybody was cheering for, I think it was when it was either Patrick Willis or Navarro Bowman went down in the bowl game in like the playoffs, and everybody was cheering. I don't like that.
Oh, you're talking about Bowman? Navarro Bowman. Oh, you mean that situation years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I hated because it's like, somebody's injured. What the heck are you doing cheering?
Yeah, and as he's being carted off through the tunnel, raining popcorn and debris down on him. There was a bitter rivalry, like equal to that, between the Cowboys and 49ers with the Hawks for that whole stretch from 2013, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Because, I understand that kind of passion. I don't really appreciate it, and I've never actually done that kind of thing. I'm always sympathetic toward teams that have a player get hurt. But apparently, not everybody thinks like that, though. So, Eric, always a pleasure to talk to you. I'll be back Sunday. Hope you got some time for us, as you seem to always do. Appreciate that, too.
All the deal.
All right. Have a great night, Eric. Great weekend, too. All right. Yo, KC. Casey's always got background. You can always kind of get an idea of what Casey's doing. Hey, Case.
Ronbo, what's shaking?
Casey, man, we're shaking, man, because, we got to deal with Brandon Aiyuk's situation, and like we have every season for, Casey, 4 or 5 years now that we've had to go through these off-season things with guys getting re-signed, and we're all hoping they do. And then the 49ers make you wait the entire summer to get, okay, we got it. This time, Case, I wonder, is it going to happen? It kind of it smacks of the DeForest Buckner versus Eric Armstead situation. By the way, people are making a mistake on that. And then again, the Super Bowl hangover. Case, do people realize we've been through that hangover for 4 years now? The NFC is a hangover as well. So what do you think, Case?
Well, I'm thinking it's either a very good thing that McCaffrey got that extension, or for Aiyuk, it's a very good thing, or it's a very bad thing. That could be the Niners' way of kind of saying, hey, don't worry about it. We can spend it. Who knows? He's on contract this year. So
and yeah. So he doesn't have any leverage here.
Yeah, he does, but he doesn't, right? Because he really became the number one wide receiver last year.
Yeah, that's true. As far as that goes, he definitely has leverage. Because Because you say you guys. He could say you guys need me more than I need you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think he's going to do that.
No,
I think this is just the nature of the business now.
True.
And I think they'll get it done because there's just so much money coming in the next few years on the salary cap and whatnot.
Yeah. It's definitely not going to go down, I don't think. But yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, the pandemic came
they
up
feel
and
pretty
wiped
good
out
about
everything.
Ricky Pearsall.
Well, I felt good about Dante Pettis, too. This is why I'm not going to jump up and down yet on Ricky Pearsall. I thought Pettis was going to be a monster. No.
Yeah. But anyway, Ronbo, I hate to do this to you, man, but I got to go now. And
well, you know, in case we don't, I missed you for the last few days. You know what? During the season, you're a regular, but now season we're just privileged to have your company now. So I understand that. All right.
Yeah. Well, I got a lot going on right now, Ronbo, but I'll tap in with you later in the week.
Okay. Be looking for you. I hope we get whatever it is. I hope you got a handle on it. Okay. Night, Casey.
Thanks, Ronbo. Have a good night, man.
You too, Phil. And then comes Steven. Steven's probably got a lot to say about this thing with Brandon Aiyuk and involving Debo. I mean,
I got a lot to say. I've been saying it. I've been saying it since the offseason, Ronbo. Debo and Brandon Aiyuk are gone.
Yeah, no Debo and Aiyuk sandwiches for the upcoming seasons.
So here's the reason why, Ronbo. You know, in a business to where it's always, what have you done for me lately? Debo hasn't done anything for us lately other than just kind of be a presence. That's it. And I think the league has already found that out. Like, oh, yeah, he's nowhere near, 2021's, power. Yeah. And it's sad to say because, he played so good in 2021 against the COVID years. And he stood out. He stood out as a top wide receiver in the league. You know how hard that is? You got to go up against Jay Jefferson, Jamar Chase, who else? Julio Jones, even in his old age.
Even T. Higgins.
Yeah, T. Higgins. And he just so happened to outshine a majority of those people. The only person he couldn't beat was Jay Jefferson, if everyone remembers correctly. That's the only person he couldn't beat for number one. And but then we signed him on that crazy-ass lucrative contract, and production just fell.
And Jack Dunk punks it out, too. CMC took Debo's touches. It kind of did.
He did.
So, yeah.
He absolutely did. I've said it before, and I said it again. Unfortunately, Debo Samuel's a wide receiver playing a wide back in his own role. His own role. That is a role designated to him and him alone. I don't think I've ever seen another wide receiver play that position called wide back in the NFL. Debo is the only one.
Oh, no. Wait, the guy over in Atlanta. What is his name? Anyway, him and Debo are the same. He's a running back, wide receiver. Tony, what's your guy's name? I think he left, though, last year. Anyway, him and Debo are the only guys that do that.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Ronbo, there's no room for that anymore on the Niners. The Niners have CMC, which I think they're putting a lot of their eggs in the basket with him. But you know what? He's shown promise.
Thanks, I got
you. He has shown promise.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's unfortunate to say the least that we would have to say goodbye to Debo. But at the same time, he's costing us an arm and a leg just to keep him in there, only for nothing to happen.
Yeah.
Same thing with BA. What has BA done for us lately? Yes, he produced 1,000 yards. But the problem is, Ronbo, it's BA. His attitude towards the game. He loves football, right? Yeah, he loves, playing for the Niners. Okay, he grew up wanting to play for the 49ers. He's a 49er fan. That's something that we as a faithful love to see,
Yeah.
That's something we want to see. The problem is that his attitude. And you're on a team with a very, very petty coach. Oh, you don't want to listen? Okay, guess what? You get no reps. You go on the bench.
And then he doesn't talk to you anymore.
Yeah.
He is good. Kyle's good at just putting you, just jettison you to where's that place in Russia that people get sent to when they don't want to behave?
The Gulag.
The
Gulag. He sends them straight out there. And here's the problem with that, Ronbo. He wants blue chip player money. He wants to be paid like Jay Jefferson and, everyone else. Problem is, though, is that he doesn't have the same production as Justin Jefferson. He doesn't have the same production as CeeDee Lamb.
He doesn't play that role.
And that's
anyway.
one thing we, as the faithful, have to understand. He is, and I said it last night, and I'll say it again. He is a product of Kyle Shanahan's system. If he were to go anywhere else, he would struggle. Because he's Kyle, I hate saying this because it's like, okay, well, yeah, Kyle pulls all the strings. And, I rag on Kyle a lot. I do. But every person has their role in his offense, and BA has a designated role to fulfill every single game, every single time he lines up against the defender. And it's the same thing over and over again. They're not going to use him the same way they did with the Niners if he goes to another team.
But
they're
The
not.
only thing is, not every wide receiver. There are those who went away. What's his name? Did a better job over with the, of all people, Mac Jones. I mean, that's. I think it depends on the system where a quarterback. Actually, Dante Pettis beat us with the Chicago club. I still can't get over that.
Yeah, but where is he now?
Touchdown Bears. Is that Dante? It is. Wow, I know.
But here's the thing, Ronbo. Where is he now?
I know.
Where is he now?
But I mean, about Kendrick Bourne, Dante Pettis. I think Aiyuk might be fine somewhere else, but I don't want him to be fine somewhere else. He's not one of those guys that's actually going to fail, most likely.
I will be honest with you. I don't see him doing great. I don't see him putting up the same stats, I should say, as he did with us on another team. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to bet money on that. I see Deebo Samuel playing better than Brandon Aiyuk on another team. I'll tell you that right now. Because the entire league knows how to use Deebo. No one knows how to use BA other than the Niners. And they use him sparingly, which I think is ridiculous. But, hey, the writing's on the wall. You drafted Ricky Pearsall. You drafted Jay Cohen. Only 2 wide receivers are going, and one's due for a contract extension at the end of the season, and one costs us too much money with no production.
Which one? Which one is? No. Which one? You're talking about Deebo. Deebo, I think he was near 1,000 yards, wasn't he? And keep in mind now, Stephen, with the mouths the 49ers have to feed offensively, it is not really that bad if you come near 1,000 yards with the distribution and the running we do. So, Smith doesn't
True,
really be
but BA has a dropping pass problem.
Well, I think they all dropped 1 or 2 here and there. As long as
but BA is consistently doing it.
Well, he did a good job.
I hate saying that.
Well,
because it seems like I'm ragging on the guy. But I'm being completely honest with you, Ronbo. This is our last season with Deebo and BA. I wouldn't be surprised. Hear me out. I would not be surprised if Deebo Samuel got traded midseason. I don't know to who. If he goes to the Steelers, good for him. We might get something out of it because they need another wide receiver. Or if he goes to Baltimore.
Oh, no.
If he goes to Baltimore, that's just another running back in that room. If you really think about it.
No.
You got a running back for a quarterback. You got a running back playing his true position, and you got a running back at receiver.
I don't want to see him going to Baltimore, though. I really don't. I don't want Derrick Henry over there either. I would pick right now if Derrick Henry can stay healthy. Well, it's always depending upon health. But if that Baltimore stays healthy this year, Patrick's in trouble. He don't know it yet. He is.
Oh, Patrick's in trouble with the Texans, Ronbo. Patrick is in trouble with the Chargers. He's got the Chargers breathing down his neck. He's got the revamped Green Bay Packers down. That's us. My bad.
I agree. I do not. AFC, I do not see Patrick emerging through all that traffic this year and coming across the line. I do not. You look at
the era of
name the
Chiefs is
teams,
over.
right? And Harbaugh is going to bring the Chargers up to a next level. Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, the league should have did everything. People in the league should have did everything they could not to make that not happen. CJ, CJ
and D'Amico are going to do everything now.
Stephon Diggs. Whoa.
Yeah.
So
Ronbo, let's really talk about this right now. The AFC has both of the Harbaugh brothers. You really think, if anyone in the league thinks that, oh yeah, Patrick Mahomes is going to escape that, they're insane. Jim Harbaugh was a game changer for the Niners.
Yeah.
Let's not forget what he did, how the turnaround he had. The turnaround he had on defense. I mean, yeah, he took the blueprint from Mike Singletary, but just tweaked it here and there, and now we had a phenomenal defense from start to finish. That team, that secondary was what won us games.
Exactly. Harbaugh's always gonna turn to gold from his Midas touch in the beginning. But Harbaugh has a shelf life, is the thing with him. Well, let's see how he stayed with Michigan for a long time before they did what they did. That was kind of longer than most people anticipated. There were talks about him leaving. Then you got the scandal came up, and, weird things. But he still got it done, and he got it done with us. We screwed up.
He still got it done.
Yeah. We got to go, though, fam. I'll see you Sunday. All right, Steven? Good stuff. And
I'll see you Sunday, Ronbo.
Because I know how you feel about Debo. I love it.
Oh, you know I will. Listen, BA and Debo are done because it's too much attitude in the locker room. And like you said earlier, the tranquility is everything. Yeah, and those are the two loudmouths in the room.
All right, fam. We'll see you Sunday. Give my best to the family and Bam and I'm not gonna give him a name. I want to give it Charlotte and Rome.
Roman and Scarlett.
Yeah, I said it's Scarlett. Okay, Roman and Scarlett. Have a great night, fam. All right.
You too, Ronbo. Have a good night.
Thanks. Bye, Steven. All right, let's go. Hey, yo, Ellis. Yeah, Cordero Patterson and Debo. Those are the only two guys that do what they do. Is Cordero still? He left Atlanta, though, didn't he? Hey, yo, Ellis. Jackson's Kyle also has a shelf life. But Harbaugh's notorious for that. He has 3-4 golden years, and all of a sudden things just get unraveled. But I guess as long as it has to deal with Trent Baalke, and all you're going to do is I say I'm in charge around here. I don't know who told you. Hey, Brian.
49ers, red and gold. I'm still with the Niners till I'm dead and cold.
There you go.
Screaming the name of the 49ers all the way from the Mid-South because the law says, know your role and shut your mouth. What it is, Ronbo.
It's way too early to be worried. But every now and then, I like to keep myself happy about reading all the positive things about the 49ers. I ran across one thing that says, I have been ignoring the fact that that thing about nose diving after you come out of a Super Bowl. And then I went and found some good stuff. And PFF says, man, ignoring that stuff, man, the 49ers are going to win 12 games this year, and we'll tell you why. And I said, okay, I like this. And so I think the 49ers will not. I mean, NFCCG counts too. That's a high level to reach. And we come back from those, right? So I'm not worried about that. The thing to worry about is BA. I was thinking, oh, no, the 49ers is how we always do. We go the whole offseason, reason unknown. They can't come to any agreements because the 49ers, they put their foot down on the deal and they don't yield. And so we'll see. The player's going to give out of energy by August, and he will sign. I don't know, Brian, about this time. I have a very bad feeling about this suddenly. What are you thinking as far as the Hangover and Brandon Aiyuk? Is he worth $30 million? Would you give him that?
Ooh, Ronbo. I tell you what, I'm going to tell you what I will give you. I'm going to give you my epiphany on this Brandon Aiyuk situation. And I'm going to tell you something. The extension that, what's his name?
Jefferson? No.
No. I got the extension that CMC, the extension that CMC got didn't help any.
Oh, all
because
the people they've been
you
paying.
don't have it. You don't have it.
Everybody.
We don't have a championship, Ronbo. We don't have a championship to look at. So guess what they're looking at now? Guess what all of the top-notch players are looking at now? They checking for pockets. They checking for pockets to see who pockets are bigger.
Well, you know what?
See,
Brian,
if we had a championship, I'm just saying,
doing that though. You look at Juszczyk.
You're right. We got it.
He deserves that. I was shocked, but yeah. I wonder about the rest though. But go ahead.
They might not mean none, but it happened. Okay. Jennings got up. Okay. Jennings got a contract. Now it ain't big, but look at it. Jennings got a contract.
Oh, they gave him some love.
Okay. Yeah, they gave him some love.
CMC some love.
And he deserved it. But Ronbo
signed Logan Thomas.
But Ronbo, all of this, but Ronbo, from the Super Bowl up to now, who we been talking about? Brandon Aiyuk.
Every day.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So the last 2 weeks, here comes CMC out the blue. CMC says,
held out for a couple of days. That's it.
Hey, I don't have no money, but I'm rich in personality. So then they say, Kyle, so the powers that be says, well, hey, our offensive player of the year, he don't feel right. So let's give him an early wedding present.
BA's at his house. They got fire extinguishers all over him the whole time.
He gets 19. So what do you think Brandon Aiyuk feels now?
Hot.
He's hot.
I know.
Wait a minute. And this is, Ronbo, this is in the last 2 weeks. We ain't said nothing about CMC until within the last 2, maybe last week. Somebody mentioned something about.
Thought he was content.
But,
I didn't know he was thinking about getting more money.
Right. That's what I'm saying, Ronbo. We ain't said nothing about CMC. If anything, if we did say something, it was such a gold conversation. Like, yeah, he's our guy, and he was the ball carrier and all of this, blah 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 blah. Nothing related to money. Until last week. That's what I heard. I heard it last week.
Yeah.
When the first thing I heard,
same time everybody did. It was quiet. All we know is he ain't coming to practice.
Last week, I'm telling you, Ronbo, last week was the first time I heard that man say, I heard CMC's name and the word money in the same sentence.
Yeah.
We were talking about who? Jennings, maybe, and Aiyuk. He was our main concern, man. Why are we waiting so long? When is he gonna get his deal? He deserves some people say, yeah, we don't get it. Then you got people like Big Show. Well, no, he don't deserve it. So
I know Show said that. He meant that he's not going to get that much because we can't afford to give him that much. I wonder how Show, you haven't told us how much you think he should get.
Yeah, he don't get that much in the first run. We a first run offense, blah blah blah. I don't care. It don't matter.
True.
Brandon Aiyuk made some of those runs by them devastating blocks he was giving.
Yeah, Brandon's good.
Look at the
Look
at the Pittsburgh games. He took out 2 guys in 1 block.
But you know who else does that? Juwan Jennings.
It sprung CMC.
Jennings will get a lot more time on the field if Brandon's out there for that reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And 49ers have already looked at that. You could bet they have.
So the move. So Kyle says, I'm gonna put a little sprinkle on the game. I'm gonna, instead of addressing the line, which we really do need, instead of addressing the offensive line with the first pick, I'm gonna put a black eye in the game. I'm gonna go get a receiver. If all else fails, we got him, and we're gonna get him and we're gonna lock him up on a rookie year, and we're gonna lock him up on a rookie deal. We're gonna make our first. Now we're gonna give him something else to talk about. And what we do, we fall for the banana and tailpipe. Oh, what they doing? What is this? That's a reach. That draft pick was a reach. We fall for a hook, line, and sinker.
I know, and
right now, hey, Ronbo, if I'm Brandon Aiyuk, I'm feeling a certain kind of way right now.
No, he is.
Brandon, you probably saying, "Oh, we just dropping checks everywhere."
I know, right? Everybody getting signed.
We just dropping checks everywhere. Everybody getting signed. Everybody getting extended.
Uh-huh.
Everybody getting extended. Come on, man.
And went got a free agent. I mean, I don't know Logan Paul's a free agent, but Logan, come on over. We got some money. We'll sign you.
Yeah.
We don't have any money.
We signed a tight end. We signed a tight end, you know.
They might not be through either. If a good offensive lineman's running around.
No sooner we get up in the salary cap, we could go get a piece of a tight end. You know what I mean? Put him on life support. You know.
Brian, I mean, all solid stuff. We're gonna go. I'll be back Sunday.
Yeah.
And
Ronbo, if my last name is Aiyuk, I'm feeling a certain kind of way right now. So,
and if you related to Brandon, or you like his I don't know, it's his baby's mama. Anyway, can you hear the chatter that he's getting from everybody around? I wouldn't put up with that bleep for nothing. They treat you like you ain't nothing.
Yeah,
they paid everybody but you.
She really feels it. She looking at the bottom line. Yeah. This cutting me out.
Anyway,
don't be surprised if CMC signed before Aiyuk does.
He already did.
I mean, not CMC. The receiver for Dallas.
CD Lamb.
Don't be surprised.
No,
if CD Lamb gets a deal before.
Wait, Brian. Jerry Jones has no money. Okay, you know what? And the thing is, prioritize. Dak needs to be paid first. Micah second. CD is lower on the list, from what I understand. So he's gonna be him and Aiyuk will be calling each other. Yeah, man, they're trying to bleep me up too. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what, man. What we should do is work for a trade to try to get this either. We could get to Chiefs. How about Baltimore? You know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guys
I know.
Man. Nobody's going to L.A. Rams, forget about it. Ain't nobody going to L.A. Hey,
CMC, CMC out the blue, Ronbo.
I know.
Brian, ask Jalen. I bet you Jalen say the same thing. If you ask Jalen, he'll say the same thing too. CMC
I know, right?
Out the blue.
But remember,
we was not talking about
we were
CMC and money. We're not talking about in the same conversation.
Brian, remember when he wouldn't come to practice? Now that's not like him. CMC goes out there and sets.
What's wrong with him? Yeah, what's wrong with him?
You're right. That's when it first started. And I said, no, man, don't start, Ronbo. I got beat up on Instagram. I said, he never misses practice. Look, I loves to work out. Yeah. Well, he's getting married. Oh.
Because maybe. And he has no guaranteed money.
See, I didn't know about that. And he did.
Yeah.
So.
Did nobody know about it till last week, Ronbo? I'm telling you.
Anyway.
I didn't hear about it ESPN until last week. But anyway, Ronbo, shout out to you, shout out to the faithful, and shout out to production, Ronbo.
Thanks.
And the law is out.
Hey, there you go. All right, fam. Looking forward to hearing from you Sunday too. All right.
All right, get them pennies together.
All right, so we're gonna go fund me for Brandon Aiyuk.
Yeah. All right, Ronbo, take it easy.
Night, fam. And there he is, turned over.
What you say, Ronbo? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right, man. I really wish we could go a season and have to have it. I think next year they'll sign Brock Purdy probably immediately. But every year it's the drama of signing another big ticket, and it never goes well.
Hey, Ronbo. Hey, it's the cost of doing business. The great Roth on The Godfather. He said, "This is the business we've chosen."
Yep.
And that was on The Godfather 2. Y'all can take that one with you. That's free chicken. That's the free chicken there.
I'm a Godfather fan. I know.
It's hard to be great. It's just hard to be great. But somebody got to do it, Ronbo. Somebody got to sustain the excellence and get it back to its original luster. It takes us to do just that. Ronbo, you had a caller on about 2 callers ago. Now I'll say 3 that says Brandon Aiyuk is not in the same class as Justin Jefferson and
I saw
CD
you
Lamb.
commenting during that time.
Ronbo, he wear more caps than a graduation at a major university. I beg to differ, and I'm going to shout out two of my compadres in this content creation universe, Mike Andrews and Wayne Breezy, who brought this to my attention. They went to the Statverse Pro Football Reference.com, and they lined up the stats, and they looked at the numbers, and we getting ready to get into it right quick. Ronbo, if you allow me 30 seconds.
Go right ahead.
Ronbo, in the draft class of 2020, I'm going to go back and look at the receivers that came in at this time. It includes names like who aren't around anymore for various reasons. Henry Ruggs, he went 12th. Jerry Jeudy, he went 15. All these people talking about, receivers ain't this. Remember, Javon Kinlaw. Remember that one at 14 as a defensive tackle? That little throwaway move for y'all at home. But then it gets to 17, C.D. Lamb. Yeah. And then it goes to 22, Justin Jefferson. And then Ronbo at 25, it was Brandon Aiyuk.
Yeah.
Check out some of these numbers now. With only 399 career targets, our guy, Brandon Aiyuk, has a success rate of 62.2 and a catch percentage of 67.4. All right? We go over to Justin Jefferson, who has had 576 targets because he has no CMC. He has no George Kittle. He has no Deebo Samuel. He has no other weapons on his team, but he only has a 68.1 percentage in his receiving. What I'm trying to say is he's getting a lot more targets, but they're doing virtually the same with what they are given. And then I'm going to throw this one at you. A success rate of 58.5. That means he gets 40% on first down. He gets 40% of the yardage on first down, 60% on second down, and 100% of the yards required on third down. Justin Jefferson only gets 58.5 for his career, while Brandon Aiyuk is at 62.2. Now we're going to throw it on over and look at what he does downfield. I see flashes of number 11 getting downfield and looking and giving me flashbacks of number 80 and number 82 who come in streaks. If you need to, go back to a Monday night game where John Taylor sprung for 98 yards against them same old sorry-ass Rams back in the day on a Monday night. Getting downfield, getting it going on the running game on hitches and stuff like that. I don't see Justin Jefferson doing that. Ronbo, I'm looking at games started, games played. I'm looking at numbers like 16 for my boy, 17 for my boy, 17. This young man don't get hurt. I'm talking about Brandon Aiyuk. If y'all have visited Levi's, y'all know what I'm talking about when we make a first down. We've got to take into consideration what this man does with what he has. And getting open, man, it ain't no big deal to my man. His ankles is as oily as Ocho Cinco.
Yeah.
So, hey, yesterday's prices are not today's prices. We knew it was coming up. We got a little lucky. The salary cap has increased. A tank of gas when I started driving was 89 cents for premium. You was balling with $5. Remember that back in the day?
Yeah, I'll say that.
But now it ain't 89 cents no more, y'all. It ain't 89 cents. If you go to that gas tank looking to get some gas at any gas station, it ain't 89 cents no more.
Not premium.
It's $3 over here, and I know y'all in California, good Lord Jesus, y'all got 747s out there.
There's people they post up, they film and post as the gas tank meter reads out $200 and $300. I said, you know what? You need to get rid of that.
That's
SUV.
what I'm talking.
You know, every time you fill up, you got to go through that.
Better
Are
go
you
get
serious?
that smart car that Urkel had. But Ronbo, hey, it is what it is. He is worth the money. This is the going rate for a quality wide receiver. If you love Justin Jefferson so much, ooh, Justin Jefferson, ooh, I just wish I had Justin Jefferson. It sounded like wives complaining to their husband. I wish you would come up in this house talking about, you should be more like James down the street. You know, James got a strong back. You know, James do this. Take your ass on up there to James. Round here, this is what we got, and it is better than James. You better ask somebody. A prophet is not honored in his own home. Everybody is looking to get the franchise quarterback. I done heard this. Everybody looking, we should have that. We should have it. You got what you got, and it's daggone good. Yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. Pay the man. Let's get on board, and let's get to this championship. It's been far too long. Stop being petty and become men.
There it is.
That's it. I'm done.
I don't know what else you could add, Terradome. It was to the point. It was accurate. And the numbers you just presented to us, Big Show's already objecting to it, but it's the truth. I mean,
Big Show,
here's the thing.
Big Show, it ain't mine. It's the Lord's. ProFootballReference.com. It's just like the Bible. That thing is going to be here before I was here, and it's going to be here after I'm gone. You can argue with God all you want, and you take that and you stuff it, Big Show. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Compare the numbers. It's online unless you ain't got Wi-Fi, or unless you done erase it or white it out.
Terno, appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
That's pure. I loved it. Hey, Terno, I'll see you Sunday if you got time. We're looking for you.
Yes, sir. I'll try to stop on through.
All right, Terno. Appreciate you.
Have a good one, man. Excellent show, man. Shout my show on @Terradome. That's Terradome, TARRER. That says in arts and entertainment. Anthony Edwards and above everything. Y'all shout me out 10 o'clock.
So get me started on him.
Thursday in the morning. Come on,
he pops up on Twitter too. You'll see him. He'll go live suddenly. A lot of times I see you in passing. I haven't got time to drop by, but I'm going to do that because Terradome, you are.
I'd love to have you, Ronbo. I'd love to return the favor, man. You the dean of all of this, man.
Thanks,
and
man.
I got started. You were so gracious on your program, man. Come on, holler at the Terradome anytime you get ready. You
doing it as soon as I get to
the We'll get them flower bearers from Coming to America when Ronbo come through, and we'll have the girls say, wipers, whenever Ronbo come through.
Thanks, fam. All right, Terradome.
All right, man.
Have a great night, fam.
Later,
have a great weekend, too. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Terradome, become a legendary. Show had something I didn't get to about Dante Pettis. Can we pull that by any chance? Is it gone? Because I was amused. I glanced at it. I didn't mean to disrespect you. That was an accident. Let's see if we can get that up here. Oh, there it is. And show says Dante and Ricky are way far apart as far as talent and mentality goes. Dante was a weird one. Ricky brings years of experience in college, and I know I would bet that Dante. I mean, I don't see Ricky morphing into Dante Pettis. Pettis had fear factors. And I don't know how you played football this long and had fear factors. It's not like the pansies in college ball. So when Dante, you actually seen him clearly avoid making a play because he didn't hear footsteps. Dante seen footsteps coming at him, and he bailed on the play. I said, whoa, Dante, what was that? And then he did it again. I said, caught it. You know, Dante's scared. And that's what I knew. Ricky Pearsall is not scared. That catch he made in that highlight reel, when he came across the middle where you can be killed by just walking through there without looking for the football and made that one-handed grab, oh, hell no. No, he'll play. You know, well, one thing, it's not a pushback, but what the 49ers are going to say is Jalen Justin plays a different role on his team. I really would like to see, though, if you gave Aiyuk that many chances. And the 49ers are probably thinking, and they may be way ahead of us, Terradome, the 49ers might be thinking, if we can find a way to dump Debo, and we love Debo, but his style is something we're moving away from, much like they did when they got rid of Dante. They were going to smash mouth style, brutal, run after the catch football. I think they're moving away from it now, and they want to go Brock. They got Ricky. They got Cowing. They kept Jawan because he has that ability. He runs rig routes. Debo might be expendable, and if they can get anything for him, I think they might. Kyle does have he has an affection for Debo though, and you know this. Remember that game that year that they made Kyle go out there and coach the Senior Bowl? He didn't want to go, but he did meet Debo, and he loved him. Got him immediately in the draft. So it's going to be really, would you love to be a fly on the wall to see what the thinking, what the conversations are between him and John Lynch about certain personnel? Man, I would love to sit in on that for about an hour or two. What do they talk about? Do they push back on each other's thinking? Do they disagree? Alice. Yo, well. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Ronbo, how's your night going, buddy?
Oh, it's going great, Michael. It's weekend, you know. You
Yeah,
cheat,
got my
cheat
daughter.
night, eat anything you
I got
want.
my daughter. Yeah. Hey, congratulations to 30K. I got my daughter's boyfriend on to your channel. He's from Atlanta, Georgia, and he's a Falcons fan.
Is that
Yep,
right?
but he's
Tony, look at that. Tony's got a comrade in there. But he's in there. He's joining us, and he's a good guy. You know what? As a matter of fact, Nikita's not a 49er fan. But there's a lot of, in fact, the trolls are actually...
Before I met Deb, my ex-girlfriend was a Cowboys fan. This is many moons ago. I dated a Cowboy fan, and then I dated Jenny Bledsoe, who her uncle played quarterback for the Patriots.
You know, and you've always been a 49er fan, right? That's pretty rough, though. You know,
you've seen that for 46 years. I went to school with Jimmy Young, Steve Young's brother. So I went to school with all the Young brothers.
But Michael,
so I go with Steve Young. I do Jimmy.
Oh, you told us about your stories about you and Steve. But listen, have you ever seen that meme where the guy asks the girl, he's dating her for the first few times? So you like to watch football? Yes. Well, who do you support? And she said,
"You know what I tell girls when I date?
What?
Do you like a guy that loves football 24/7?"
Well, that's what I'm saying.
The first thing I ask because I love football.
Here's the problem with asking that question, though, Michael. As she says, I like the Seahawks. The meme shows the guy stops the car, gets out, opens the door, and lets her out. Like, did you ever go that route?
Nikita's boyfriend does not like. He does not like Romero's Rams. He says he calls Romero Broken Sport Report. Broken Report.
It's a fan.
He's broken.
It's easy not to like the Rams.
Yeah, you do way better. You're like the top, man. As my daughter's boyfriend says, you're the top dog on the YouTube, man. He thinks you're gonna break the record.
Well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. I'm just having fun out here because of you.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna share a lot of it and try to get a lot of people to join, and he's gonna get some of the kids, the friends that that play college football up there from Georgia and all them to share it, and get some of the guys that maybe
Thanks, Jalen.
Oh yeah.
Southern football is still king, though. And that, Michael, remember when USC and UCLA, Oregon, remember all schools used to be dominating football? It sort of slid. How many years now?
He's a Georgia Bulldog fan. Yeah. He's a Georgia Bulldog fan, yeah.
Yeah, even Cal had good football players,
Yeah, Stanford.
Stanford football.
Notre Dame. How about Notre Dame? With Joe Montana, Ricky
but man, that is SEC football is where it's at now.
Oh, another 49er player I knew. His aunt worked in my high school. I don't know if you remember this guy from Tennessee named Todd Kelly. From the old 49er. He was drafted, I think in the 90s. But him and there's a guy from Kansas. They were both drafted in the first round from the 49ers. Todd Kelly played for the 49ers. He was a defensive guy. He's from Tennessee University. This is back in the 90s.
Was that before the Super Bowl or after?
It was in the 90s. I don't know if it was after the Super Bowl. or it was before the Super Bowl. I got to look back. I have his card.
Because we were in the middle of the 90s getting that.
And also, who else taught at my high school, and I had her as a teacher, was Steve Young's mother.
Really?
So when there was funny,
teacher?
Yep, when the 49ers won, when the 49ers won this, we're going to the Super Bowl, she said, "You're not doing no homework. You're coming over to my house. You're going to watch my son." And then she took me out to the Super Bowl with her. I went with her husband. I went to the Super Bowl. Yep. Her husband, and her son.
Lucky.
She said, "No, I'm taking Mike." Yep.
Yeah.
So me and my father went. Yeah. No, she got us tickets. So me and her and my father, we all went.
Sounds great.
Oh, yeah. It was a big excitement. That's when we beat the Chargers so bad with Jerry Rice's touchdown by Steve.
That was vicious, wasn't it? I love to be able to beat the Chiefs like that just to make up for what's already taking place with them.
Oh, I like to see Steve. I like to see Purdy doing that with one of our receivers, throwing those guys open, and let all the Rams fans look back and say, "Wow." I mean, your Rams fans are not going nowhere.
Michael, let me ask you though.
You're gonna be,
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Are you about the hangover, the Super Bowl hangover? Do you believe in that?
No, I don't believe in that because I've been through so many of them. I think we'll be fine. We're going to learn. This is how you learn.
Yeah.
We're going to study from last year, see what we did wrong, and fix those mistakes.
Oh, there's a
This is how you fix things up.
You'll learn.
This is just like it's straight school. You fail the test, you got to think what you did wrong, and you're going to fix it and do it again. It's like any other sport. You learn from your mistakes, and you get better that way. That's how teams get better. Look at Tom Brady. He lost a couple Super Bowl. What happened? He won a couple more. He learns. Brady learns. This is how you learn in football. This is how these kids learn.
Kyle's had many opportunities, a lot of teachable moments.
Yeah,
I don't know
you know what?
Yeah.
I mean, the main thing is, I know Big Show wants to get rid of Aiyuk, but I don't know, Tony Ray said something about trading Debo or somebody to Pittsburgh for Pickens, the other receiver for Pittsburgh. Tony put it in the chat about that.
Oh, Michael, Pickens. I'll take that in a heartbeat. Now, Pickens, he has an attitude adjustment necessary, but I'll take Pickens. Oh, hell yeah.
I'll take Pickens for Debo. I'll take him. And I don't know if we get anything else.
I still love you, man, but I got to tell you, man.
Debo,
Pickens.
I love you, Debo. I love you. I know you're from South Carolina, but you know what, brothers?
Oh.
Hey, we'll be fine. We'll meet up again on the long road.
No, but Pickens does have a little bit of an attitude issue, though. He does. You remember that play where he wouldn't go for the ball because he was trying to avoid getting hurt? I cannot have a football player tell me that. That would worry me.
I don't want players like that. I want guys that can take the hit.
And you're not supposed to be concerned about the danger. This is football. Make the play.
Yes, make the play. And go for yardage right after the catch.
Well,
and I like our backup tight end. A lot of people don't have. But no, like my daughter's boyfriend says, Atlanta is going to be the team that's going to win their division.
It's their time.
And they're going to be either a 3 or 4 seed. I think Atlanta is going to be a 3rd seed or 4th seed. And Rams,
it's their time.
They've
been building now for years.
You might be a bottom feeder.
Yeah, they're overdue.
Yeah, the Rams might be a bottom.
Overdue.
Yep.
No, the Rams.
Oh, I think Atlanta's due. The Rams will be a bottom feeder. Romero will be fishing for them again.
I'd love that. Honestly, probably not. I think the Cardinals got one more year. They got to put it all together first, and then the Hawks should probably rebuild it with a new coach. So the Rams will probably be second. This is probably our biggest competition in the NFC West.
I mean, like I said, Rob, there's a lot of teams that could surprise us. We don't know what's behind. We don't know what they're going to be like. We got to wait until the preseason and regular season. Let's wait and see. Some of those teams that we think that look like crap could end up beating teams that could beat us. Or end up beating others, you know.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about.
I never take teams.
I'm talking about in our division, though.
In our division, I don't take our teams. I don't take these other teams in our division easy. Some of them might be hard.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah,
you know. You don't know about.
I hate to admit
weather and injuries.
The Rams might be number 2. Yeah. I hate to admit it.
Well.
Damn it.
No, that's okay. I don't want to.
I'll be actually rooting for the other teams in our division this year more than ever. You know? Come on, Cardinals, beat the Rams.
Look at the Rams. They're playing the Lions. The Rams are playing the Lions. Lions beat them. That's an 0-1 start. But I don't know if they play the Packers. I don't know if the Rams play the Packers.
There's no doubt.
Buffalo might even beat the Rams. Buffalo, you know, I know without Diggs, maybe they'll win with other ways.
I wonder about.
And don't be surprised if they don't look at maybe going after one of our receivers. You never know with Buffalo. You know, maybe they're going to offer Aiyuk something. I don't know, Buffalo.
What's that kid named in Buffalo? Keon. The guy is funny. The guy who thrift shops and he's always making videos on TikTok, and he's always playing that one song. Keon, God, he kills me.
But the one guy,
He's a receiver.
I remember. One guy I had in my fantasy a long time ago was Cordell Patterson, the ex-Falcons running back / receiver. That's the guy, Cordell Patterson.
No, we were talking about him.
I don't know.
Him and Debo are the only ones that do what they do.
Yeah. But watch out for Houston and I don't know who's everybody's sleeper for this year's team. Who's going to be the sleeper? You think the Bears will be the team? I don't know. Bears.
That's one. The Bears is one.
How about AFC? Now find one in the AFC.
Wow.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, they don't have.
That's gonna be tricky. AFC.
You know what's so funny? The Raiders. The Raiders are about the weakest team in the AFC, right? That's about the
how about the Colts?
The Colts
how about
are
the Colts?
Tough. Well, the Colts were good last year.
Mm-hmm.
They just
got that rookie runner. They got that rookie quarterback coming back from Florida. Yeah. Richardson, he's coming back. So you got the running back. You got the receiver. Yeah, it's gonna be that. But I say the Chicago. Watch out for Chicago.
Yeah, I think so. They got a great defense. We don't know what Caleb's going to look like, though.
Great defense. That's what wins games. Your defense, and plus the new rules. A lot of scoring is going to happen. You watch a lot of scoring for 2024.
Could be.
Could be a lot of scoring. And if they go to week 18 next year,
how to do that, though. I can't wait to see how everybody handles that.
Well, watch it on YouTube. Just watch the XFL or whatever. Look it on YouTube. It's probably show you.
But they've been doing it for a long time. The NFL, they got to get used to that. We'll see what it looks like. But it looks like it's advantageous to score, though. I agree.
And when they're talking about adding more games next year, well, we'll see.
Nobody in the NFL is happy about that either.
More football. I don't care. I don't care. I'd like to see more football.
I do, too.
I don't care. I'd love to. I'd love to see more football. And go Celtics, everybody. Celtics won last night.
I know, but listen, I want to tell you, Michael, they're not. The Timberwolves beat up on Dallas like that the first game, too. And then all of a sudden, Dallas came alive. I
thought that did Dallas win the first game against Minnesota? I don't know.
No. Yeah, no. Minnesota ran them off the court. Listen, Michael, get ready. That's going to be a series. It goes a minimum of 6.
Okay.
That's going to be crazy.
I don't know. But you got to compare the Celtics to Minnesota. You got to compare. You know what I mean? Look at the Celtics record.
No, but the Celtics held Dallas down.
17.
True, but they didn't let them score any points. They played good defense. Can they do that twice? I want to see that. I can't wait for that.
Hey, that's how you win games. Football defense and basketball defense always wins games.
That's Luka and Kyrie. We'll see. That's going to be a good series. All right. Hey, Michael, let me see. I'll see you Sunday. All right?
All right. Give a shout out to 49er Brian, Sonia Wright, Nikita Tivo, Daddy loves you, and her boyfriend. Good luck.
His name is
David.
The 49ers.
You know? Your brother.
Night, Michael. I remember. Jalen, I'm saying that because I remember meeting a few dads that didn't appreciate me coming over. The kind of dad that sits there, he's reading and doing something else. He wasn't paying any attention. Your girl leaves the room. Listen, can I talk to you for a minute? Sure, Mr. Coleman. What? Listen, I want you to know one thing. I love my daughter. Okay. If I hear anything I don't appreciate about you from her, here she comes. Okay, listen, keep this between you. I'm telling you. Okay. When you're 16, 17 years old, that's really a frightening experience. I haven't forgotten any of them. Oh, okay. Because every daughter is daddy's little girl. Hey, yo, Ellis. Yeah, this when Ellis has really been, yeah. Oh, yeah, we forgot to get Harold here. Harold McAllister. Harold, thanks, Harold. He says, they must not have heard me. Please pay BA right now. This is our year. Ooh la la. I love it, John. Give me a chance to do that. Thanks, Harold. This is another thing why why Big Show and I had a disagreement. I think the 49ers want to keep all their horses lined up. I don't think they want to go into a year where time is running out to get the Super Bowl done by knocking off your number one receiver. I just can't imagine that. But I'm starting to smell the coffee, and I can see where They might be figuring ways they can still get it done, but I wish they wouldn't. I'm not one of these people who want to get away with a BA. I'm just thinking, can they do it? 49er Brian.
Ronbo, come on, man. Look at that connection between Brock Purdy and Brandon Aiyuk.
I know. I love it.
Is everybody missing that? Like, I mean, he doesn't have the passing technique with anybody else like that on the team, unless I missed a game.
Right.
I don't know.
And Ricky just got here. There's no guarantee he's going to come in looking real crisp and sharp his first year. I don't doubt him later, but I don't know if he's going to just start right out the gate just being Mr. Kick-Ass.
And Big Show, you're always complaining about Kyle. We know what Kyle does with rookies. He doesn't like to start them.
I know, right? Kyle has trust issues with people that have been playing over 2 and 3 seasons, let alone a rookie.
And Ronbo, fact check, Big Show. Brandon Aiyuk had a great year. He didn't drop a lot of passes this year. That was the year before. He cleaned that up this year and looked phenomenal. So stop living in the past, please. Please. Will you stop living like 2-3 years ago? Just stop.
Even Debo cut back on his drops, actually. They were a tight team this last year.
Yeah.
So.
And shout out to Terradome. Terradome, you tore it up tonight, buddy.
Indy special.
That was a great call, man. We all needed that because every time, Ronbo, I'm not cutting on you, but every once in a while, it seems just like doom and gloom, and I try and turn it around, and I get stomped on for it by these winery workers at Joe Montana's winery.
What? What kind of winery workers? Oh, Jesus, that's a first.
Yeah, Joe's the winery, right? They got Big Show and Jalen out there, and, and they're picking the grapes and squashing them with their feet.
I got to defend Jalen, though, because he's a poor child. He's a Z generation person that's only read articles about the 49ers' glory. He's went through 3 Super Bowls, and he's trying to understand what happened in those years of glory, and now we're doing this. But Jalen, I must say, though, we're not getting our ass kicked like we did with the Chargers team years ago, but we got to stop this, though, Brian. They are right about that.
Okay, well, hey, that's fine, but, cry about shit when we're 5-12.
I was. Remember we were 2 and 14 that year? The only 2 games we won were against those silly Rams. And then there was Tom Sula. We went 5-12.
Yeah, do they want another Tom Sula year? I don't.
Or Chip Kelly.
Complain about Kyle all you want, but Kyle's one of the best coaches in the league.
He's listed as number 5.
And he's never won a Super Bowl. Well, look at Andy Reid. Look at poor Andy Reid, what he went through.
There's a number of coaches that they went through years where they couldn't quite finish it, but that doesn't mean they're a bad coach.
No. I don't know, Ronbo. Hey, I'll stop cutting on those guys. Those guys are family, I know. I'm just going to tighten it up. But Ronbo, as usual, I am excited for our team this year. We're going to kick some major ass. You Rams fans will be kicked out of that stadium. Chargers taking over that stadium. You guys are just renting that.
When we're not kicking them out, I love that. That's what pisses them off so bad. The 49ers had said to be over 70% of the seats sold for tonight's game are going to belong to 49er fans. And I'm, really? Oh, my God. Oh, look at those stands. That's a lot of red. Oh.
Yeah. And Ronbo, you're almost at 30K, and that Trump Ramilia, he's at 1.7. 1.7.
But you have to realize it's the Rams that, there's Rams fans, like somebody pointed out, those are Hollywood extras sitting in those seats that the Actors Guild, they feel compelled to have to help the Rams out since they're in Los Angeles. There's no such thing as a Rams fan. Except for Rudy, and the people that call in here,
Yeah, and they're all bots, Ronbo. They're all just trolls, like we always say. Fun to laugh at. And they're all seethingly mad right now. We just get them every night, and they're just crying. They're like, "Mom, I need a new keyboard."
I mean, how many years? I mean, ever since what year did Kyle come? 2017. I think they beat us one time.
I think so. Yeah.
Back then. And then from that point on, it was all 49ers, except for, of course, the game they love to brag on. Oh, well, you didn't beat us when it counted. Man, I got to tell you, that really pisses me off.
That's all they got, dude.
God damn it. You know what? That's the one game I really wish. Because the fact is now we got to listen to that rhetoric for God knows how long until we finally get over this hump and get that trophy so we can say, Rudy, you got your little one trophy in L.A. You don't have two. The other one's still in St. Louis. And now we have one to equal your little one and 5 more. Now shut up. Oh, I want that day
right.
to come so bad.
Yeah. Ronbo, they got nothing. They got nothing else to bring up.
Yeah.
They bring up the same old. We had Super Bowls during the VHS era. Oh, give me a break. We've been dominant. You guys are just jealous.
Yeah.
Jealous haters because we're one of the best franchises in the NFL. Have been for a long time.
That's the way
and you'll never catch us.
That's it. I mean, and I hate to say it, Dallas, Pittsburgh, also, of course, the Steelers. Who was in some of the legendary franchises around the NFL that have just pretty much gotten it done over the whole time the NFL's been around?
You got to put Green Bay and the Chiefs.
Oh, Green Bay, of course. Green Bay, yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Giants, also.
Yeah, Giants.
The Rams have never been in that conversation. So,
And you got to put the Patriots in there. Yeah.
No, I did. I put them in there. They lead the league in trophies. Well, no, they're tied with the Steelers. I want the 3-way tie, though. Steelers, Patriots, 49ers. The Cowboys cannot get a trophy before we do. Or, Brian, man, I'm telling you right now, Cowboy fans, there'll be a rise, a resurrection of, because they've been like laying in the dust forever.
Smells like Trey Lance is going to be starting for him.
Is Dak finally pissed him off to that point? Could be. I heard some good things about Trey and Kip.
There's trouble in big old D there, Rombo. They're having problems down there. Just when you think we got problems, just look at Dallas and go,
I know, right?
We ain't got no problem.
And Jerry Jones, his little body looks a little more wrinkled up every time I see him put him on TV. Now, the fact that stress is killing him.
People make fun of Jed York, but can you imagine being a Cowboy fan and having to hear Jerry Jones every night? Oh my God!
Anytime
or
Robert doing
Kraft.
that,
Robert
he
Kraft
gets right on the microphone.
Beauty.
I know, right?
Yeah,
that's what the problem is.
Yeah,
Jerry's not supposed to be talking after every game.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be talking to Dak.
That guy,
Mika. I'm supposed to be talking to the players. Jerry, what are you doing? You're the owner.
I feel sorry for his son, man. I really do. Jerry Jones' son. Oh my,
I've never
just
seen
like
him.
I kind of feel bad for the Raiders' son too that took over the team. He's always gambling and always hanging out with really young girls, and it's just weird.
You see that house he built? Davis Jr. Because his dad was like, man, Al. I don't know how his son grew up to own the Raiders. In fact, I can see his son trying to bail out of that.
Yeah, God. Yeah, but hey, I'll let you go. I just wanted to tell everybody I love you all. Love my 49er faithful, the family, Michael, Nikita, Tony Wright, the Weiner boys, Jalen, Big Show. I need some wine, Rombo. I wonder how good Joe Montana's wine is. It must be pretty good.
Probably be nice.
Hey, Rombo.
Yeah.
Hey, Rombo.
Yeah.
Quick fact. I live in Montana, right?
No, I did not know that. But that's awesome. That's a beautiful place.
Well, I'm in California too, but we have a town here in Montana called Joe. Did you know that?
No.
Remember that?
No. Joe Montana?
Yeah. Joe Montana, and he actually came here. And
I got caught up in that.
They gave Joe a key to the city.
Oh, you're
pretty
serious?
Cool.
There really is a place called Joe
in
Montana.
Yes,
that's awesome.
And his son went to Montana, the University of Montana, right?
No, I didn't know that either.
He's a quarterback here.
Wow.
Yeah, he got in a little bit of trouble though. He got a DUI and then he was gone. But I don't know what happened after that.
No, I didn't fall to that. Oh God.
Yeah.
I got to tell you that we all did it. You know, I remember doing it in college, and my last senior year, I had a lot of liquor in me, and I drove. But you know what? I was one of those idiots who thought, I'm more relaxed when I'm drunk and driving. I mean, look, you notice I'm not speeding. You're driving backwards. What? So I can see where I'm going. You know, I was one of those idiots. So, but I never got caught.
I had this very conversation with my 93-year-old grandmother the other day. She said they used to drink and drive all the time, and it wasn't that big of a deal.
I know? Right? I mean, I mean, people ask you, do you have trouble with drinking and driving? No, I put my hand on this wheel and I got my back on the other, and it's easy.
Yeah, but now they'll ruin your life over it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, no way. Yeah, we gotta go though. Hey, Brian.
Yeah, especially, yeah. Well, hey, Ronbo, appreciate the platform. Shout out to you in production. Everybody have a good night.
Thank you, Brian. Looking forward to seeing you Sunday.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Bye. Let's go check on see if Ellis is ready yet. You, Ellis.
Ron Bizzle.
Ellis. So, Ellis, man, we've been going over some things here, and one things, and I think most of us ditch the thinking because I don't want to. If you think about the 49ers a lot, you can go into an anxiety and get depressed because of the disappointments we've endured. But to think about a Super Bowl lingering effect that would send you into a tailspin the following year. The Super Bowl hangover. I don't believe in it. And, I've decided that, since reasons that, I want to know your feeling on it, the Super Bowl hangover. And also the Brandon situation. I think it has a different complexion this time than these last 2 years because you know what the 49ers do? No, we make it a habit not to sign people until the last minute. And so, we got a situation now, but else, I got a bad feeling about this. But listen, I want to know what you think, too. Give me the Super Bowl hangover and Brandon Aiyuk.
I mean, everybody else might have a Super Bowl hangover, but I don't believe we do. The only reason why we had a struggle in the 2020 season after the Super Bowl year is because we were scarred with the injuries and stuff like that, and we still had an opportunity to get into the playoffs.
Yep.
So, I'm not concerned. We don't have Super Bowl hangovers. That's first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Brandon, it really depends. It really depends. I mean, get your money, but be realistic. You're not playing for the Giants. You want to go, if he was on the Giants right now and was having this go on, then I would say, okay, yeah, he wants his money and he's on the Giants. They don't really have much to look forward to. So pay the man.
And they got plenty of money. Yeah, they should.
Right. Man. So, no, he was here. So, if he wants to outprice himself, then he doesn't really want to be on the team, and that's totally up to him. The Tito's.
Ellis, from where he sits, though, do you see where he's coming from? I worry that as fans we decide when people don't need their money. I try not to do that, but I do think that sometimes
$750. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead, Bo. I hear you talking.
Yeah, I do think sometimes. You know what? You gotta understand if they give you a nice guarantee package, even your annual isn't that big. I don't know that you should just going off on a tangent on that. I could be wrong. I need to read the contract and realize what Brandon's upset about. And I'd love to hear from him why he doesn't appreciate a 26 or 27 or even a $28 million AP. Give him a 4 year at 27, 28 mil a year. Give him what, 10 to 12 million more than Amon-Ra St. Brown. Let's just say just for the hell of it. And nothing less than 50.
Let's be honest.
And guarantee at least 50. minimum guaranteed 50.
At least.
Yeah,
because what Amon Ra get? He got 38 or something guaranteed.
34.
Is that what it was?
34.
34. Man, come on. Give him 50 and call it a day. If he doesn't want it, then shit. I mean, then look, more reps for Debo, more reps for Ricky, more reps for the gang, man. More reps for Jawan. You know, at the end of the day, you got to start playing hardball. I'm not mad at him because it's not like this is going to be the last time he gets paid. After this, you know, with 4 years with us, when he's got Brock, we got CMC the next 4 years. You know, we got this new groomed, young core that we'll have here. We'll still have a couple of veterans here laying around. He'll be able to supplant himself into the NFL even more if he just plays ball and sticks with the team that really gave his ass the opportunity. He wasn't shit before he came to the Niners. He could run routes and dance on the field over at Arizona State, but he wasn't blocking and doing all the shit that he's doing right now. He done stepped up to another level. Hold on. I'm right here. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, Kyle and company made him who he is. So, you know, and that's why they want to keep him. So they raised him.
Look, and I'm not mad at him for wanting to get his cheese. Give him 50 mil, give him 27, 28 million over a course of 4 years. Guarantee him, 52, 53 just for the hell of it, or whatever, and call it a day. If he can't accept that, and he wants to, have himself, so inflated, because at the end of the day, he's not going to be the top,
receiver,
the top guy on the team. When you're the top dog on the team, then you can demand shit like that. Look at Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
Justin Jefferson was the top dog on the team. That's why he got top dog money.
Right, he is the offense. Ellis, how do you think how will we look without BA? No, I visit that thinking a lot too. How are the 49ers going to look without BA though?
Well, considering that we have, Jawan Jennings, who's really good after the catch. He's improved. He's faster, stronger, running his routes better and everything like that. I think we can, we would look stout, and we still would be a stellar squad and a strong team. Granted, I would rather and prefer having Brandon Aiyuk, but our team is not in shambles, or our team is not drastically offset, for instance, just for an example, because Debo is used as a decoy and just as a threat. When we don't have Debo, I think we look a lot more different, a lot more maybe unsure, and that's probably because of Kyle, because of the way he sets up the game plan. Because Kyle still tries to fixate on one or two players instead of saying, okay, I got one or two of my top guys out. I'm going to spread the ball around. They're not going to, whoever we're playing is not going to know what's about to hit him. Kyle still plays conservative and still goes to his favorites and overutilizes the same fucking people. So if we could be a lot more effective, without Brandon Aiyuk, if Kyle could coach that way, but sometimes he just doesn't. So we look a lot more feeble without having Brandon Aiyuk or having Debo in the game. Granted, these guys are great players, and they're a lot of the reason why we've had success in a lot of big games. But there's a lot of other guys also who have been major contributors to the team that we could benefit from just as much if we just spread the ball around. But like I said, man, Kyle, he kind of he coaches things to be, within his comfort zone. You know what I mean? He's security blankets. He goes to his security blankets all day, and that's it.
Yeah, because contrary to popular opinion, and I think it's mainly because people are so worried about Brandon Aiyuk, they think that Ricky can come in and fill that void. I want to believe that's a possibility, but Ricky Pearsall's got to come in and take some lumps, just like everybody else for the first few minutes. Debo was kind of a prodigy. He came into the league smoking. Actually, he had the dropsies for the first few weeks until, of course, we picked up another guy at the half season. But rookies have to go through things first before they come in and just start wiping people out. And so that's why I don't want Brandon leaving.
No, and I don't either. I'm just saying that if he if he prices himself out of reach, then
you don't have any choice.
Then we don't. What can we do? And hearing about did you hear the talk about us supposedly looking into Justin Jefferson with the Vikings?
Oh, I think it was due diligence. I just think it was due diligence. The 49ers will call everybody knowing they can't afford him. I don't know why they do that. Yeah, you guys can't pay Aiyuk because you're worried about playing Brandon Aiyuk. Well, what do you think Justin Jefferson's going to cost? What are you going to get rid of half the unit? We're going to gut this roster to get Justin Jefferson. They were never going to do that.
Well, they could have. If they just drafted his ass, because he was actually within our reach, then we wouldn't have to worry about those kind of things. Yeah. So there goes that. But anyway, shout out to Kyle and his wide receiver selection. He's like every 2-3 years he'll pick he gets a good player or two and shit like that. But boy, he's swinging at air a lot of times, man. So I just hope with the running backs that we got with Schrader and and Garendo and stuff like that we can really benefit from these guys right away because Kyle's kind of 50-50, man, and so. We need to get some more of a sure
better.
Yeah, but look, Ricky Pearsall's getting great reviews in camp.
Yeah, no, I believe in him.
Darrell Luter Jr. is getting great reviews.
Yep.
And so we got a lot to be excited about. So we just need man. We just need to go ahead and take a deep breath. Everything's gonna be all right.
And try to relax.
Can I say something real quick?
He's not playing on the 5th-year option though. I don't think Aiyuk's playing on no 5th-year option.
No way, because he's already said too much. And if he wimps out now, he get no respect. We got to go there, Ellis. Ellis is always out in the go. I love it, but he still makes his way to call in. Ellis, let me see you Sunday.
Yes, sir.
All right, fam.
That's the best.
I just want to drop a quick track real quick, Rumble. Can I do that?
Yeah, go
For
ahead.
Ellis and everybody else,
all right,
if Terradome wants to come after people.
Hey, hold on. Let me sign out real quick, homie. Shout out to the faithful out there, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Hit that like, subscribe. You know where you at. Wipe your feet. Shout out Tony Tone. Shout out Big Show. Shout out Papa Dragon fam. Shout out Frank. Shout out Donna, Tanisha. I don't know if I said Evan, man. Shout out the chat. Y'all know what it is. And keep running them suckers out the chat. And yeah, man. To the next episode. Shout out. Thank you, Ronbo and production, man.
Thank you,
Ellis. Know what it is.
All right, fam.
Peace, family.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ellis. All right, go ahead, Steven. Real quick.
All right, real quick. So BA throughout his entire career has 3,931 yards. Justin Jefferson has 5,899 yards. T. Higgins has 3,684 yards with Jamar Chase on the opposite end of him. CeeDee Lamb has 5,445 yards with him. And Michael Pittman has 3,662 yards, and that's with interchangeable QB. So, Terradome, I'm sorry, bro. You may come in and say, oh, yeah, all this about BA, but fact is fact. Please sit down. Thank you. Thank you, Ronbo. I'll go back.
I hope, Steven, I hope you're feeling better. All right?
I had to call back.
We like counterpoints. It's not a problem. All right, we'll see you Sunday. And this is the thing, when you make your case, you expect pushback. And Terradome made a great point. Actually, Steven came back with a nice rebuttal. So it's these things are going on in the Santa Clara office as well, and around the league when they're talking about players, and you got to get the best for your buck. Hey, yo, Bethel.
Hey, what's up, Rumble?
Bethel. Man, being a 49er fan is always, because they can be so good. The organization can be so tough. Bethel, even when we were laying in the dirt, we were laying in a toilet waiting for it to be flushed with Jimmy Tom Sula and Chip Kelly. Winning 2 and 3. You got Erickson back in the day. There's been some really bad years, but they always come bouncing back up like a phoenix from it's just really just the ashes and just the kick butt. And here we are again at that kick butt. Bethel, it's too soon to think about how bad it can get. But I do not want to go to the caves again. but the Super Bowl hangover. Do you believe in that? and Bethel. We've talked about
It
that.
all depends on the team. It all depends on how they draft and how free agency and how they manage everything up because there's some teams that they have to let go of a lot of players. There's some teams that keep some players, and
that's a big point right there.
Yeah. So
and you point that out. The Rams. That's why they're always the best example. The Rams. Everybody in L.A., including people who lived in L.A. who didn't even play football, were leaving. So that's why. That's a great example. But a lot of teams don't do that because they didn't pay mercenaries to come in and play for a couple of years.
And then plus they had help from the league. So, they had help from the referees. So.
I was trying not to go there, but yes, I seen that. Jumping off sides and whistles. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so you can't help it, when even though Patrick Mahomes, they do it the wrong way, but if you get help from the league and you have the referees in back of you, you're going to win every time.
Because that's too much. To beat the other team and the officiating. And they provided as much help as they could for Patrick Mahomes by making – I really – Bethel, I do at times think they actually told the Chiefs, listen, if we'll turn a blind eye pretty much. If the holding isn't egregious, we'll let it go. Good luck, Chiefs. What?
Yeah, and when you know that, he's got no chance, because if I remember right, I think there was they released. Usually they don't do this. Usually they all the mics up and everything. They release it right away. This one, they took time to release
edit
because they had to take off all the stuff that they didn't want on there, and they still couldn't take everything off.
Absolutely.
And you could hear that bum ass fucking referee that we all hate
and he
say,
always shows up.
They better not give Patrick Mahomes the ball. That's one thing they should not do. Why? Because their referees are not going to call holding on when they're holding Nick Bosa, when they're holding, all these players. They're not going to call it.
And all game long. Their offensive line was okay. It wasn't award-winning. And all day long. And I'm talking about that first Super Bowl, too, when their offensive line was crap. And you're going to tell me there was no holding all day long? Oh, that's just not going to be possible. God.
Yeah.
So
that's why I think Roger Goodell they should not re-sign him. They should get somebody else to run that thing.
Owners love him.
If they really want.
Roger Goodell is one of the biggest bootlickers in bootlicking history.
Yeah.
That's why he keeps those owners. Because the owners, they love getting rid of people. Goodell would have been gone if he didn't know how to smack butt. But he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, because I think I was watching that they might not re-sign him.
Goodell?
Because,
really,
that they want to put somebody else in there, and then I didn't hear nothing about it anymore.
Well, you're probably not going to hear any more about it either. God, Goodell will die before he gets replaced. Him, the Pope, who are people that are going to have jobs permanently until they pass? That's the way it is.
Yeah. I wish I was a reporter. I would ask Roger Goodell, hey, why are you screwing over the 49ers for? What, you can't do it fairly?
I wish you would, Bethel. The thing is, you'd never be allowed to a press conference again, but that if you could get that question in there.
It'd be worth it.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Worth it.
And watch Goodell lie and say things like, "Oh no, I like to think that I pretty much treat the entire NFL, which is my job, to make sure that everybody's treated fairly and equally. I'm not sure where your accusations are coming from." Hey, Roger, how about that last Super Bowl? And you could see security dragging the guy out. Hey, why can't my question be answered? What is this? There are some things in this world that the NFL is its own. The NFL, you have America and you have the NFL. They have their own sets of rules
Yeah.
and laws. You know, NFL it's scary.
Yeah, it is. But I've been hearing some stuff about Brandon Aiyuk, and I'm wondering, because they're finding him all this money. I'm wondering if they do sign him, then it's good for him because they could just
Waive those
give
fines?
a forgiveness,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have to pay them. But if he doesn't sign, I'm wondering, he's gonna have to pay all those fines, and if he's gonna be traded, then it's probably gonna be
he's
probably gonna be his fault.
And he's untradeable right now. Nobody's talking about it, but listen, are you going to call from another organization and want to make a deal for Brandon Aiyuk, knowing the situation now, and you're going to have to pay him? Most teams are not set up at this particular hour. It may have been if the 49ers would have made this deal a couple of months ago. But the thing is,
It depends
the Panthers,
on the team.
They got money. The Giants got money. Let me take that back. You're right. There's a few teams that do have money, but not many.
Yeah, but it's gonna be depends on who's running for that one playoff push, that you need a wide receiver to get over that hump, and they will give you some good draft picks for them, and they will pay that person also.
No, not the Jets, because Roberts, they're strapped for cash now too. Anybody that was with the 49ers for the last 3 years, Mike over in the Dolphins are strapped. Green Bay, maybe.
No, we don't want to send them to Green Bay.
No, I just realized I'm looking at teams that might have a cap enough to sign a Brandon Aiyuk. I don't think they could trade him. I really don't. And Debo either, actually. It's too
unless
late.
he plays in the fifth-tier option and, let him walk
Next year?
next year.
Because Brandon's only going to cost himself money trying to sit out this year. He won't do it. He'll try to wait till, what is it, week 5 or week 6? Well, how many weeks can you sit out before your pay is canceled for the year?
I think it's week 8. I think it's week 8, if I'm not
I think you're right. Okay, so Brandon Aiyuk sits out 8 weeks, and the 49ers are 6-2. Okay, you know what?
But if
that's
he
not enough to
loses all
inspire
that
the 49ers
money,
to sign him.
No, if he loses all that money and he comes back to, he won't get fined.
No, he will.
And then plus he's going to be wasting a roster spot if he's not showing up.
Oh, this is going to be so interesting. Beth,
this is an ugly mess that.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's basically the Niners' fault.
I agree.
If they would have signed them earlier,
yes,
they would not been dealing with this bullshit.
Yep, I swear to God, that's
true. I think they misunderstood. I think they missed. Somebody was gonna get signed, and they probably thought that they were gonna pay him a little bit of money, and the team actually ended up paying him a lot of money, over $30,000. And now he wants that $30,000, and the Niners don't want to give him that $30,000.
And that's going to be the case. That's what's going to rest. Beth, we really do have to go. I'll see you Sunday. Hope you got some time. All right.
All right. Hit that like, and let's go Niners.
All right. Night, Bethel. And a Big Show says, wish it were that easy to sign, BA. Keep in mind, Ricky has yet to sign his 4-year rookie deal. Is that right? Another contract we have to pay. Ricky is a first-round pick, too. He'll sign it. Yeah, rookies don't do that. They'll sign it. There's a little writing in there they want, but, otherwise, he'll sign. Beth? Tony, Atlanta. Get on in there, Tony.
Ronbo, how are you this evening?
Doing great, Tony. You know, it's we're getting ready to hit that part of the season where nothing's going to be going on for a while. But boy, I tell you, Tony, here's where the ugliest rumors of all time, and not only the 49ers, but they're going to be all over the NFL. I understand that already. I got a kick out the other day. I heard that Mullins is ahead of the Vikings' new quarterback. I say, what?
Really?
Who's the kid they picked up from the Michigan quarterback, right?
J.J. McCarthy from Michigan.
Yeah. J.J.
I
McCarthy
think Sam Donald going to win that job. That's what I tell you.
Yeah, no, he starts. No doubt about it. If Nick Mullins is out playing him right now, then McCarthy's got a lot to learn. And it's going to get worse when the pads get on if McCarthy doesn't know it. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
now, I heard that Bo Nix is doing well in Denver, and I'm not surprised because I wanted Bo Nix for Atlanta.
With his accuracy, that's not something that goes away just because you went to the next level. So, yeah.
And Sean Payton's going to be the best teacher for him. He went to the right situation.
Actually, right? I think Drew, you think it's good? Would he been as good as he was without Peyton? Boy, Russ, man, Peyton's got juice too.
I think he's going to be better than he was in college.
Ooh, can you imagine? I've seen highlights of him. That boy ate those dimes and accurately too. Yep. Oh, that's why they like you.
Ronbo, I know you don't want to lose him, but I heard the latest I heard Aiyuk, y'all gonna do a sign and trade. Y'all sign him to his $30 million or $29 million or whatever.
Yeah.
Trade him to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Along with a 5th round pick.
Along with a 5th round pick?
Y'all will get a 5th round pick.
That's all
in
we're going to
return, y'all going to get a 2nd round pick.
Oh, okay.
Y'all get a 2nd round pick and George Pickens. Wide receiver George Pickens from the Steelers.
No.
That's what I heard.
God! That's a rumor I could actually...
George Pickens is still under his... Pickens is still on his rookie contract for a couple more years.
Boy, wait till Jack hears about that, and don't let it come into fruition. I'm not mad at Pickens. Oh, I would have to sit him down and talk to him. Listen, and I don't want you to get upset. I just want to know. You're on record as having bailed on a play, quote, because I didn't want to get hurt. Now, do I need to be worried about that? And I'm sure. What do you think Pickens would say if you ask him that question?
I was frustrated with the quarterback situation, but that will never happen again.
Ah, that's right. Who was he had a couple of comedian quarterbacks too.
Mason Rudolph. And that kid that they drafted out of Pittsburgh, Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, Pickett. Because his name is just like Pickett's name, but you put a T on there. Yeah.
Yep. I heard George Pickens, because like you said, it wouldn't make sense to trade Debo when they got Cordell Patterson already. They're the same type of player.
Yes, yeah. So, damn,
that's what I heard. I don't know if it's true.
It makes you so. They've been confident the whole time that they were going to make a deal with the 49ers, and the 49ers are not going to play with people too long if they refuse to don't even negotiate, and they become a rock. Now, if they send Pickens over to San Francisco, I love me some Aiyuk, but I won't be mad at that. Whoa! And a 2nd round pick? Get the bleep out of here. Are you serious? I'll do that deal.
Because you won't have to worry about paying. You won't have to worry about paying Pickens for 2 more years.
Oh!
You're on contract.
See, Tony, I don't believe the Steelers would be that. Would they do that? Because the Steelers want to win now. They want to get something going.
Yep. Stay tuned. That's the latest I heard. I don't, Tony, you know how those things can come and go, but
that's too
good.
What I heard. That's too good to be true. I got to do this. Give up a 5th round pick, sign him to whatever money he wants. You guys got it from here. Give me that boy named Pickett. God, yo, or should I say Pickett?
He's a baller too.
I know.
Yep.
I've seen him play. I said
his yards after catch is outstanding.
He got that size. He's fast. He's strong. Tony, don't mess with my feelings. Come on now. You made that up, didn't you?
No, sir. No, sir.
gotta root for that. I gotta. Because and especially if it happens
That's
soon,
just something
I
I
want to
heard.
get him in camp and get him in the 49er way, put that red and gold on him, start getting him involved with Brock, and let's go. You know what? I feel bad. There's no way I should be talking like this. I was loyal to Aiyuk. Now look at you.
It's about the money deal, Ronbo. You're paying him top dollar, and then you're paying Debo top dollar. That's not going to wash.
I know.
Especially not in San Francisco.
And the Steelers offer the 49ers a way out with that kind of a deal. They can't. The 49ers cannot
Exactly.
say
Y'all
no.
play money.
Yeah, they cannot say no to that.
Y'all get that second round pick. Yep.
Native Dancer says it's pillow talking time. Native Dancer, I'm just saying it's an unreal deal. I mean, I wouldn't be happy to see Aiyuk leaving because he's part of our system, and he'd probably be better than Pickett next year. But my God, Pickens, what? Whoa. Pickett's tore his ass with Steelers too. That's why I can feel it.
Also heard Buffalo.
What's going on with that?
Also heard Brandon Aiyuk to Buffalo, but I don't know how true that is.
What would Buffalo be giving us in return?
I didn't hear any details. I just heard Buffalo may be interested.
And I can see that too because after Stephon Diggs has left, they got a void left for a high caliber player, other than that new kid.
Buffalo lost their number 1 and their number 2 receiver. Nate Davis, he's gone. He's in Jacksonville.
Ooh, that's why I don't understand why are people picking Buffalo to be a contender next year, and especially with the kind of football they play. They don't run the ball. I mean, Josh is not going to be able to run the ball he tries, but he ain't going to be able to run the ball and throw it all game long. This ain't Pop Warner football.
Somebody will catch them good.
Ian Sharp says Buffalo was they're out of money too. They were shedding salary too, though.
They shedded a lot of salary already this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hope it works out for y'all, but I can't see y'all paying Aiyuk all that money, and then you got Debo all that money. You just paid CMC. Kittle's making a nice piece of change. You got to pay your quarterback next year.
Oh, that's the Damocles sword hanging over the foot. And the 49ers talk about it like it's no big deal. No, it's a great problem to have, and we're not mad at this problem. John, what? You guys got a plan in place, I guess. The 49ers, they're such an organization that they might actually have this all worked out, and they're not going to crash and burn after having signed Brock Purdy. They do think ahead, and like you're saying now, they're not going to clown with Brandon and give him what he wants completely if he wants and demands beyond what they can handle, because they don't want to hurt themselves. They'll never do it. I don't care who you are. So
I guarantee you this: if y'all do trade Brandon, if y'all do, it won't be to a team in the NFC. It'll be in the AFC. I guarantee that.
I know. Because he'll come back to, there's a lot. You don't want to get a player on a revenge tour coming back to get you. You can't send him to Detroit or Green Bay. You definitely can't send him to Dallas. Who else? Rams, Hawks, Cardinals.
Philadelphia, nope. Chicago don't need them.
Philadelphia, hell no.
Don't need them. They all got receivers.
So you got to trade him.
I can't see it with us either because we signed Darnell. Man, I'm still mad about paying Darnell Mooney all that money. Man, I
don't know where you guys.
$39 million for 3 years. I don't get it.
That's to say, and you guys don't need any more offensive weapons. If anything, you should be trying to get Nick Bosa from the 49ers. That's all. Tony, I don't know how many more offensive weapons you need. Well, now you got Kirk Cousins over there to dot I's and cross T's all day long every weekend. Team's going to be tough.
Yeah, we're fine. We got
the defense. Can they hold up their end of the deal? If they do, yeah, you guys are contenders next year, and you will win that division.
Well, I like our defense. We drafted those 3 ballers on the defensive line. We drafted Braylon Trice. I'm gonna be telling you that name all year. Braylon Trice. He's gonna be the steal of the draft. He's gonna play that outside linebacker. He's gonna. I don't think he's gonna start, I think he's going to take the position from Lorenzo Carter like around week 5. And the defensive coordinator, Jimmy Lake, was Braylon Trice's defensive coordinator his first and second year at Washington before he went to the Rams.
It's always good to have those kind of connections, too. Yeah, that'll work.
So he knows the system.
It's going to be an interesting year, ain't it? It really is. And with all the upcoming teams like your Falcons and others, and then there's going to be those surprise teams. So can you imagine the New York Giants come out of nowhere to look good? You know, it usually happens to teams who get rid of their premier players. And also the quarterback situation, Daniel Jones is probably not going to start from what they're saying. So
I think Minnesota's going to win 7, 8, or 9 games. I think Minnesota's going to be a lot better than people think.
You think so?
But they got their kid Addison, their first round draft pick in USC last year at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Just signed Jefferson.
Yeah.
Got tight end Hocking. I think Sam Darnold will have a field day because that Minnesota's offensive line is good.
Yeah, their
first round
offense
picks on the offensive line.
is unquestionably good. They got a lot of people. If like you're saying, Sam can hold up his end of the deal. But what about their defense? See, this is the thing. If my offense is on the field all day, then it doesn't matter how good your offense is. See, that's where the 49ers made their mistake. 3-13, that means Patrick's got more chances to come out and get you, and he did. So, you know, it's ooh, man.
Yeah, their defense got a long way to go, but remember the outside linebacker that I thought we was going to get, Dallas Turner, first round pick out of Alabama, outside linebacker.
Yep.
Minnesota drafted him.
Did they?
That's going to help their defense.
All right. For some reason, Micah Parsons, there's not a lot of guys that come right out of school into the NFL on defense or offense for that. Well, sometimes on offense, they got Puka Nacua. But they don't just come in and just do things. Because now you got to go up against grown-ass men all week, every week, and on the weekend. So, you know, you have to adjust. But see, what we're going to find out, though. Okay, Jack Dong says you'll win 5 games. Who's Jack? I've seen him in here before. Who's Jack Dog, Steve?
I think it's the 49ers.
Jack, you a 49er fan?
Games, I'll take that bet.
Jack's got to be the only 49er fan that's working, Tony.
That's okay. No, because me and Jack, we be working those Rams fans.
Okay, as long as you guys
he be talking some good jokes.
Oh, yeah, but as long as you guys are relaying on the Rams. I mean, anything, boy, I love. Boy, God. Anyway, Tony, let's call it a day. I'll tell you what, I'll see you Sunday, and let's do the weekend review.
Yes, sir. And you know, when training camp starts, there's going to be those late cuts of veteran players who's going to get picked up by somewhere else.
That's right.
I know we need a corner. I want Stephon Gilmore before somebody else signs. I want him bad.
Oh, and you got to wait till
help our defense.
You got to wait till after the cuts are over because then Stephon will be in stage desperation, right? So he's saying, "Look, how much you guys got to offer? You got me." Really? Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if you guys signed Stephon Gilmore. To be honest, Ronbo.
I
wouldn't be surprised.
You know, because the thing is, if Stephon played safety, they might think about it because I'm not sure if 49ers are very secure with the safety position. Talanoa, if he was full strength, we don't know what he's going to be like. He's still rehabbing. He says he'll be ready for day one, for training camp. We'll see. Gilmore, of course, we got Yidim and Javarius on the corners. I don't know that they'd be willing. There's going to be some space maybe because there's going to be a couple of guys cut, and Ambry Thomas is going to be one of them. But Ambry wasn't making any money anyway, so he's not going to help as far as the salary goes. We'll see.
And offensive lineman. Y'all might pick up a veteran offensive lineman.
Yeah, I think the 49ers might be banking on that, actually. Who's going to be? Who do you think is going to be a casualty, a cap casualty? That'd be the only category of offensive lineman we're interested in. A person that has established himself as a good ball player. A cap casualty that might be a little more expensive, too rich for some players or some teams' blood, but maybe we can find a way. I can't imagine.
Sure.
Because a good offensive lineman is not going to be he's not going to be walking.
No, No.
Yeah.
It's got to be a numbers game to where they can't afford them.
I mean, completely can't afford them.
So,
because a good offensive linemen are hard to find.
think y'all gonna make a trade? Y'all might make a trade, maybe like an AFC team,
like
or
what you're
somebody
talking.
for an offensive lineman or something.
I don't know about that, but like what you're talking about now, because Chris Forrester's walking around saying, "Listen, take care of your offense first. I can take any player from any round in the draft and make him a starting offensive lineman." Chris, man, stop smoking that low grade dope, man. What are you talking about? Because when he said that, he made everybody crazy. No, you can't, because if you could, you would have by now. What's going on? Colton McKivitz is still giving us trouble. Oh, Big Tony, don't get me started. We got to go, Tony. let me see you Sunday.
Yes, and to all you Rams fans, Sean McVay is not a guru. Sean McVay is a figurehead. I repeat, a figurehead. I just got lucky in 2021. I'm going in the dumps now. Arizona going to smoke y'all. Ronbo, I'll see you Sunday, and you have a great weekend, sir.
Looking forward to it. You too, Tony. Good night.
Take care, sir.
You too. Thanks, Tony. Rams. Anyway, fam, I'll see you Sunday. And thanks for the contributions tonight. Also, hey, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to go take a look at the subscription. I haven't looked at it in about 2 or 3 days. But thank you very much. And hit like before you go, okay? I really like likes. Play them later. See you Sunday. Niners!